Whoa, we are live tonight. Ladies' evening on Sun and Moon. Family United. Today is Monday, the 29th of January, 2018. There will be a few more people joining the panel, but so far we have Yudit from Israel, Tine from America, Patricia UK, Maria America, and Lesia America. Good evening, ladies.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yay. Thank you for joining Ladies' Night. In case anybody in the chat room doesn't know who you are or whatever, I'll just ask each one of you a little bit about how you got into Flat Earth and maybe where you live, a few things like that. So should we start with Yudit? Yudit's first on my panel next to me. Yudit.
So, shalom to all my sisters. Shalom everywhere.
Yeah, Yudit, where do you live?
I live in Israel. And for me, it was always flat earth, never a globe. I never could understand the globe. I watch this ball and I never understand this. Yeah, I try. I never understand this. I always be flat earthers. You could call it like this. I was a swimmer, and from my eyes, I see flat water, flat ocean, always flat. And in Hebrew, it's Aretz, Imadama, motherland. So, yeah, no question about this for me. Yeah.
And explain to people what you do for Flat Earth, because you're out every morning and every evening.
I have a Nikon P900, and I picture sun, moon, and stars, and I bring the people the reality actually, because it's very unique. This camera, if you didn't have a telescope, this camera is bring the reality to the face. The moon is so close to the face, and the sun, it's not like what NASA presents, not at all. So, and the star, if people think the star it's planet, so they can see the wave, they can see what is it, star actually. It's very unique. It's yeah, it's special. And through this picture, I can teach them. I can show them that NASA is not exist, and they live in flat surface, flat water. Yeah, through this camera. Yeah.
Yeah, many a time I've seen Yudit's work where she is filming. I know it's not actually coming out of the sea, but it is coming out off the sea. The rendering of the sun and the moon, she's got it going in. It disappears as it's not actually going in, as it disappears at the water, or it's coming out at that point in front of her. So thank you so much for all you do, because every day you go out, every day we'll finish a hangout and then Yudit's out filming the sun or the moon in the morning, aren't you? Because you're a few hours ahead of us, but I don't think she sleeps very much, do you, Yudit?
Yeah. I don't let the system shut myself down, you see, like in a Matrix movie. No, I stay awake.
He doesn't want to miss anything, do you, Yudit?
Oh, of course, life too short. Thank you, Karen.
Okay, and you also come on Sun and Moon a lot and help with the group, don't you?
Oh, yeah. In my country, actually, I'm actually alone, because I I see life different, and most of the people see life different. So I find myself completely alone, because of this knowing, awakening, and someone for me, it's a family. Um, it's people like me. It's the same conversation. It's knowledge. It's party for me.
Mm.
Yeah.
Thank you, Yudit. And I'll go next to Tine. Hello, Tine.
Hi, Karen.
How are you, my darling?
I'm good. You know, I have to agree with Yudit on a lot of those points. And as a child, a lot of my education just sounded wrong because I grew up in the church, so I was taught creation, and so evolution never sounded right to me. And just probably always had a sense that I was not spinning around, and I could see that water was level, but I didn't get into flat earth until we got this internet community on YouTube, and I was recommended to watch a few flat earth videos, and they just really sounded right to me. And once people started having live hangouts, I just found that there were friends there for me to hang out with, and we were trying to find solutions to this mess we found ourselves in. And so I kind of grew up all over the place because my dad was a preacher in North Dakota. So we went from town to town there. And then he went into the Air Force, and we went from state to state in that job. And so I've lived all over the world, not Europe, though, but overseas. We got to Hawaii, and I graduated high school there, and just have seen a lot of the world. And then when I got married, my husband took me out over the road in his big semi truck, and I got to see the whole country there. And it's been a good life. But now that I found flat Earth, it's even better. I feel more hopeful now that we're finding the truth.
That's right. And also, you've been one of the first. Well, you were one of the first wrenches in the Sun and Moon group, weren't you?
I've been there for a while, and yeah, I love your group.
Oh, we love you, Tine. Okay,
Thanks for having
thank you for that. Oh no, it's a pleasure. Thank you for coming on. And have you finished what you wanted to say, my darling? Yeah, I think she's finished right now. For the moment. For the moment. Right. And then we have Patricia. Patricia.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, my darling.
Yeah, I'm from the UK. Not in London. There's more to England than London. I'm quite a few miles away from London. Anyway, my flat earth journey, I suppose, started maybe a couple of years ago. I've always known that we weren't living on a spinning ball. It just didn't make sense to me. And I just came across a video. There was a selection. I was looking into other stuff. And I just left the YouTube running basically, and something that somebody said, first thing was, we're not living on a spinning ball, and I'm like, whoa, it's not just me then. And that was it. That was about, I'd say roughly about 2 years ago, maybe a bit less, a bit more. I didn't know I had to sort of memorize when I actually found out about flat Earth, although I'd already really knew it was flat, but I'd never been pointed in that direction. So that's basically my story. And I just wanted to say, while I've got a chance, to say hello to everybody on the panel and listening. And just, I love everyone. And that's my piece.
Also, you left a bit out. You're a big part of Sun and Moon.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, you are. Patricia is a big part of Sun and Moon, I'm telling you. Thank you, Patricia. Anyway, the next one is Maria. Maria, I haven't seen you for a while. How are you, my darling?
Wait.
No, we can't. Yeah,
Hi.
we can hear you.
Oh. I'm
Hello,
a
my
political cartoonist. Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Do you want to tell us a little
Hear
bit
me?
about where you live and how you got into Flat Earth?
I live in Portland, in the mountains. I got into Flat Earth because of the Morgile. I heard him on Art Bell. It was amazing. And anyway, I'm a political cartoonist for Donald Trump. I'm his girl in the Flat Earth. I do and some cartoons. And Flat Earth is always in the news. Like it was in the news. They're all talking about it right now. You know, they're taking pictures.
Maria, can I just say that you're lagging a tiny bit? You might have to turn your camera off because that saves the bandwidth.
Okay.
Just saves your bandwidth because you're like echoing in and out, so we can't quite hear what you're saying. Yeah, go for it now.
Okay, hold on. And a few articles that I read, today, but Fred hasn't, but they're just like, it's like all sorts of like, you can find of, and that's it.
Okay, we didn't quite hear
I'm
a little
big
bit.
fan. I'm a big fan.
We can't quite
I
hear
think he's
everything,
the most.
my darling. I don't know what it is. Is there any way you could just turn your bandwidth down a little bit? That might save it as well. Just put the bandwidth halfway down. For some reason, you're echoing in and out a bit, and we just can't hear everything you're saying. Hello? Damn. Maria! She'll be back. We'll come back to Maria. Sorry about that, but that's the way it goes sometimes, isn't it, with the internet, unfortunately. I mean, it's one reason I don't put my camera on is because there's this lagging thing going on. The Hangout takes quite a lot of your bandwidth, Maria. So we'll go on to Lesia. Lisa, how are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to show my picture, but I think it froze. Isn't that funny? Anyhow, let me turn that off. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Lisa White. How's everybody doing?
We're okay, thank you.
Good, good. Well, I got in. Well, first of all, I'm kind of nervous, only because I'm running late. Not running late, but anyhow, I got into Flat Earth, I would say about a little over 3 months ago. It was accidental, but yet as soon as I realized what I realized about Flat Earth, my life has changed. And basically, the short version is this. I have a mutual, Richard Lee Burke and I have a mutual friend, and he kind of went missing. And Richard and I weren't really friends yet. I knew of Richard from Facebook, and I knew that he was friends with our mutual friend. And so I think a friend requested him. And keep in mind that our mutual friend had told me that Richard was a flat earther, like like one night. And I was just like, what? A flat earther? Honestly, I didn't even know there was a such thing. And I was just like, oh, that's weird, like, why? Why would anybody think that the earth is flat? So that just kind of went away. And I actually had friend request Richard, and I saw maybe I might have watched one of his videos once, and it just, like, I don't know, I don't think that I was really, I don't know, it went over my head. I don't think I understood it. And then once we started chatting about our other friend, and I started following Richard more on Facebook, and I was like, let me, that flat earth, like, I need to see what that's about. And I watched a video, and the video that I watched, honestly, I can't even remember exactly which one it is, but it was one where I don't know if it was the 20 proofs or what, but I paused each and every one of them, like at the video, and I read what was on the screen, and I thought about it, and I was just like, for each clue that came up, I was just like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, like it was like a big epiphany. And then Richard, he kind of helped to steer me. Actually, he steered me here, and I sat in some of the hangouts here, and I've never looked back. I mean, honestly, for about a month, I went in hard for about a month. I was doing my own research, and like, I guess in a way I was kind of, at one point it felt, no, let me back up. On one hand, I felt relieved, because I was just like, oh, this is what has been wrong, because I just had this internal sense for a very, very, like, almost my whole life, that something's not right. And but then after a while, after I started going down too many rabbit holes, or so many rabbit holes, not necessarily about flat earth, but just these other things about how we've been lied to, I kind of got uncomfortable. So in my head, I think, like, I was kind of like in my head trying to debunk the stuff that I was already, like, had convinced myself. And if I had a question, it was really nice, because I could call Richard, and he would say, well, what about this? What about that? And then I would look into it, and so on and so forth. And that's, I've never looked back. And I must say that I'm very grateful. In a sense, I've said this to myself. Well, maybe, you thought you were maybe looking for a guy, which was our mutual friend, and instead you found flat earth. And honestly, I feel better. I do. I feel better. So that's the shortest version I can give you, because it's hard for me to tell a short story, Karen. And I would, if it's okay, hello to some people.
It's not exactly this thing to explain, though, is it? Because it's not a short story.
No, it's not. No. And I will say this much too. I come from a very big family, and I've told my ex, my son, I've told my daughter, my family. Nobody has told me I was crazy or anything like that, but everybody dismissed it. Like, I think they just try to act like they don't want to hurt my feelings. I don't know what it is. But I'm cool with that. Really, I'm cool with that. The day will come when possibly they will believe me, but right now I really am still kind of trying to settle in. trying to, you know, get to know everybody. And I will say this much. I love everybody on Flat Earth. The people that I have met, I've been welcomed in, and I couldn't ask for, I'm going to call them my friends because they are my friends. Maybe I haven't met some of you in person. Well, I haven't met any of you in person except for Richard, but I truly, truly want to say that y'all are my friends, and I love you all.
Oh, we love you too, Lesia.
Yes. Oh, thank you. And all the people in the chat. I went to a couple of hangouts today, and I said that I was going to be on Sun and Moon, or, not about me, but that there would be ladies' night, and maybe hopefully they would come visit, and that I was going to be on the panel. And for all of you people that listened, thank you. I see Wesley, Wesley Stace. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. Can I say all their names? You could say all their names, or yeah, never mind.
In the chat room, we've got Tommy, we've got Chris,
Yes.
we've got oh God, I don't know if I can say them all. We've got Astral, Kathy, there's artists in there. There's Ditra's in there. Hello, hello, hello.
Yep.
Chucky, Kathy, Marilyn, and I don't know how to say that one. Pietro. Sorry if I've said that wrong.
Pietro
Yeah.
Ranieri?
Yeah, I said it right.
Yeah. What about the one above that? How do you say that one? Boreas?
Yeah.
Artis?
Yeah, artists.
Can you hear me?
Wesley, Brent Humphreys.
So
go ahead.
Thank you for shouting out, giving a shout out to the chat room.
I saw Larry earlier too. I saw Larry. He's one of my good, well, he's not my, I don't know him personally, but yeah, Kathy Dudley. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Daniel Reza, Flat Earth Dude, Chris Conley.
Hey.
Mary Ansley. Oh, hi, Fruity You. Oh, and Molly Malone. I invited her. Okay. Oh, okay.
Thank you for the shout out to the chat room. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Just way back. Maria, are you there now? Can you talk to us now? Maria. She's muted. You're muted, Maria. She's there but muted. Well, we are waiting for a few more people to come on, but I just wondered, in this whole thing with these lies, what's the thing that gets you the most? Ask each one of you. So start with Yudit. Yudit, what's the thing that gets you the most about the lies? Yudit. Tine, you go then. I'll come back to Yudit. What's the thing that gets you the most?
I'm here, Karen. Sorry.
That's okay. I'll start with Yudit then. Yudit, what's the thing that gets you the most about the lies?
NASA. This is the most makes me crazy. NASA. All about NASA. Make me crazy. Yeah. And in my country, we have supposedly astronaut dead. Yes, in Ilan Ramon. Supposedly dead. And this liar. I hope in 2018 we are going to stop them. We are going to stop this joke. Yeah, ugly joke. And they continue to make a tank and I don't know what. And they go to Mars and now it's ET and UFO. Yeah, they create for us many stories, and we need to stop this. Really.
Don't think any of us like NASA very much. Instead of working for the people, they're just lying and taking the money, aren't they?
Yes.
It's called, what is it? Like, it's like Bollywood. It's NASA wood.
Yeah.
I know you hate them. You've even thought of going to the police, haven't you, and reporting them?
Of course, because they are liars and they steal our money. They steal our. They liar, and they, of course, we need to go to the police. And you know what? When think about this, all the school, all the teacher, you see, they are liar. They teach children liars. They don't know the history. They don't know nothing. So yeah, we should go to the police.
Yeah, the really sad thing is we don't know all the history either because they've lied and deleted it or hidden it.
Yes, but
We don't even know who the pyramid people are. I'm more interested in knowing who they are than fake Mars and fake going to the moon. I'd rather know,
what
we have to go on what we can see and what we can find. And we've got these
yes,
pyramids
Karen,
like that.
what I know is what I see, and what I see is flat water. You can't stick ocean to the ball, and all the ocean is connect. If you travel with the boat, all the ocean connect. It's flat, no question about this. Zero, it's zero everywhere. So it's so silly, all this. Yeah. When you think about this, yeah. Thank you,
When you
Karen.
think about it. But they've dumbed us down, television. A lot of people are going to the doctors and on a lot of prescriptions, which are doing the same thing. And they're just making a lot of people ill. And and then people aren't looking and thinking. And I bet you none of us watch the television anymore. So that's one good thing. You've got to turn your telly off. But thank you, Yudit. Tine, what's the thing that gets you the most?
Well, I was going to say the education that our children are getting and that we got. We have so much misinformation in the textbooks, and really, it does come down to follow the money. NASA takes a lot of our money. The educational system takes a lot of our money. The entertainment business takes our money. The pharmaceuticals and the doctors and anyone who's trying to money grab, they're probably not after our best interest. So, but it does make me sad that the children are getting taught the wrong things. They're not getting a true education.
No, they're not. They're being educated in a globe way, which is a lie.
Mm-hmm.
So thanks for that. Is there anything else you wanted to say? Was there anything else that annoys you, gets you?
Yeah, I just wish I really could reach the kids. I ask my grandson about every time I see him. So, are there any flat Earth kids in your school yet? And he goes, "No, they don't believe in that, Grandma." And I said, "Well, maybe not that you know about, but yeah, it's going to come out."
Can't wait. Best thing for us. Maria, are you there? Maria's talking. Maria, what's the thing that gets you the most then? Maria?
What? Can you hear me?
You can hear you now.
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, a bit, yeah. So what's the thing that gets you the most?
Like getting a joke out of something, or like reading the news. I really like to read Donald Trump. Like flat Earth.
What's the thing that annoys you the most about the lies?
Um, I don't know. I just think
Sorry, darling. Are you speaking? Because we can't.
Dubé got banned. Dubé got banned on YouTube, taken down.
That's annoyed you.
I was so devastated because those nuclear bomb one, I couldn't find it, and I was so sad. But I think he's back now.
Okay. I don't know why we can hear you, and you're there perfectly, and then it sort of lags out a little bit. But I don't think people understood because they didn't hear because you were in and out. But oh, she's gone for a moment. Hopefully she'll be back. Well, Patricia, what's the thing that annoys you the most?
It's just a lie. You know, we've just been so, I don't know, people say brainwashed into believing every single thing that anyone's ever said. You know, these big people in authority. And then all of a sudden it's like, they've lied. Like, that's the one thing I can't get my head around. Why would they lie? Why? You know, and I think with all the sort of research I've done and stuff, that it is basically down to money and the fact that they create jobs so that they get more money. But then I think, well, what about if they saying that money's not worth anything, then why would someone want to go to all that trouble to get money that don't really exist? And it's, you know, numbers on a computer screen and all that lot. You know, so it's like it just opens up more thinking. And I think the one thing that I wouldn't say annoys me, but what we should learn from it is that, and most people do learn, that we can't just let them take over. We've got to somehow get our power back and go, right, we've had enough of this, and just do something physical about it.
Which we're kind of doing, aren't we, by being here? I'm the same as Patricia. It's just the lie. It's not just one lie, is it? It's lie upon lie upon lie upon lie upon lie. And then when you actually look at it, everything's a lie. Oh, she's muted herself now. Well, Lisa,
Well,
what about you then? What's the thing that gets you the most?
I was just going to probably just carry on exactly what you just said, and most everybody really, just the fact that there is the big lie, okay, like the moon, you know, the moon landing and the space, you know, just like what you just said, okay. I don't like being lied to. That, you know, that has just been one of my things for a very, very long time. And when you know that they are capable, that people are capable of one lie, then that means to me that, you know, what else is going on? And to me, especially when you come down to the money that is being spent, possibly or most likely, in order to, you know, keep the lie going, so that money could be doing so much more good. There's so many people hurting and starving and in need of home and of, you know, just clean water even. It's frustrating to me because I feel like I'm just this one person. Well, not just one. Obviously, there's many of us, you know, here, but that have awoken. But it frustrates me because I wish that humanity in general could be healed, and that, you know, just, yeah, I don't know. That's my thing. I just don't like being lied to, and I just feel like the powers that be, whether they are knowingly participating in the lie or not, all right, so much good could be everybody could be doing better. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with what everybody said.
Mm-hmm.
For me, though, the biggest thing that they've done is they've turned the people against each other, one way or another. It's not one colour skin, it's everybody. And they've made sure that each other, and we're all one, and we all live here. And it's just horrible to think that just managed to turn everybody against each other. You only hear a bit of things, but it's everybody. And I just think that that's just so bad. And hopefully through Flat Earth, maybe people get better, leaving their egos at the door and learning to live slightly differently, because the globe life is all about money and egos. And where has that got us? It's not, nobody wants to help anybody. No one thinks of anybody else. And that really is just terrible. I think it is. As well as all the people who are sort of, I don't know, destroyed, lied to, the fake wars, just the whole thing.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree with you. I mean,
I just can't find this other word more than disgusting or treason. It's treason.
Well, I mean, it is disgusting, but as for me personally, and maybe this has something to do with maybe because I am new to it in the sense of being able to, discovering about the lies. But for me personally, like I feel hurt. I feel betrayed. And I also, like I said, I feel very frustrated as well, because I'm just kind of like, oh my gosh, if we had if we had known this sooner, or if more people, or if I would have known sooner, I feel like we have lost time. But I don't get discouraged, though. I know we've talked about this before here. We are here for a reason. All of us collectively, we are here for a reason. And I think at this point, it is up to us to make sure that that the lies do not get carried forward to our grandchildren, like Tine said.
Because the children of the future, aren't they?
And what you said about time, Lisa, I heard something good today. It said, always in God's time, ever in God's love.
Ah, yes. Yes.
So,
yep.
Maybe it's happening.
Use that word, aren't they, love? Sorry, Tine, I interrupted you. Carry on.
Oh no, you good. I didn't hear what you said.
I just said people are afraid to use that word, love, and it's
and God. People are scared to use the word God too. I mean, if you think about it, or Creator. Mm-hmm.
For sure.
I like Creator. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I suppose I do as well right now. That fits much better with me. Creator is still the same sort of thing. It's just that, again, lie upon lie upon lie, and taking us away from where we should be. But I think it's been going on for a while, It's not something that happened yesterday. But through artists' work, it seemed that basically with him researching, the real turn into the ball was in the 60s, the 1960s. The 1900s, people still believed we were on a flat plane. Then we started having free energy, electric cars, Tesla, all that kind of stuff. And these cars were doing over 100 miles an hour. The battery could last a long time. And then we seem to be going that way, which was good. And then suddenly we get these two world wars, and Europe gets quite its infrastructure gets quite destroyed. And then, of course, rations and all that kind of stuff. Probably took each country that was annihilated back many years to have to build back up again. But coming out of that, then comes the TV, comes oil, gas, the television, and then comes NASA, and then comes the globe. With time savings came in the 60s as well. So a lot happened in the 60s. So you imagine this whole turnaround is, what, 50 years old? 50, 60 years old. They've managed to do this because, you know, if you turn around to a lot of people and say flat earth, they almost hate you. And yeah, they almost hate you. It's like you've killed their mother or something.
What do you think,
And,
Karen? Karen, oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
Carry on.
Oh, well, I just had a question for you. Well, one profound change in me personally is, I used to love television. Like, you know, now that I'm single, like, television kind of became my, you know, it kept me occupied, okay? And now I have a TV. I don't hardly watch it at all. Like, I will turn it on, or possibly, you know, if there's a storm or something like that. But like, how big of a part do you think that television in general, as a whole, took in propagating the lies versus, say, the teachers or, you know, our forefathers? What's your
I think it's
or someone else's?
I think it's television, and I think that, in a sense, someone explained it. Wilson, who lives in Canada, he's come on our hangouts a bit. He's still a friend, and speak to him and stuff like that. I put one of his videos out the other day on Sun and Moon group, but he was just saying, what's the difference between the Roman amphitheatre thing to the television? They've just moved it to the television. And yeah, the television has subliminal messages. Watch what you're watching. The ads about cancer, debt, just breaking up. Or of course they want to push you towards buying their products, and they're just, what's the word, probing you towards what they want you to get into. And then you get, obviously, programs. I mean, we have Jeremy Kyle, which is all about arguing, families splitting up, relationships, mistrust, no one's trusting each other. And I know I watched them, but, you know, now you realise what it's all about, because all it is telling you no one can get on, no one can have a relationship. Then you turn the news on, then it's the most depressing thing. I think the BBC
Oh gosh, yes.
One of the most depressing things to watch is the news. Why can't they report some nice things, some good things? Or
I agree.
A news which said that bit, but we know it's all lies, and then have another news which promoted all the nice things that were happening, all the good things. There are some good things. Yeah, so really, if you're watching that all the time, I mean, I really like when people say, well, it's the truth, I saw it on the television, and you think, oh no.
Yeah, like, oh, news reporters wouldn't lie. Surely not, you know.
We're not free like they say we are, and they're manipulating you all the time.
Have you?
And they're censoring it.
Have you ever seen that video? I don't know if it's a video or if it was a story. I read it or watched it, and it basically, it was a breakdown. Probably was right here on Sun and Moon. It was a breakdown on how the television, like all of the television of the networks and the, you know, and then how the higher ups, and the higher up you went, okay, it was relative to, say, like the stock market and the funding. And then it showed you who owned this company, and then it went higher than that, higher to that, you know, and so on and so forth, up towards possibly like those, I know like of the Rothschilds or whoever those 5 or 6 powers that be, like the great big powers. Have you ever seen that? Do you know what I'm talking about? Say like, I'm sorry.
Say it again. Sorry, say it again. My daughter came home. I just took my.
Oh, okay. Well, like, I think I watched a presentation or I read it or something here by maybe one of your guests a long time ago when I first got into flat Earth, and I think it was an explanation like to maybe as to why. Okay, why would they lie about things? And it all boiled down to say someone owned this news network. Okay, well that network was part of an affiliate of, say, the major news network, say NBC or ABC or whoever else, and then people had bought stock into that. Okay, well then they maybe had some like dummy corporations formed. Okay, well guess what? Those corporations own, say, like the Colgate and the Nestle and all this other stuff, and basically they're trying to brainwash you to, you use this, you have to have this, you buy this product, if you want to be, healthy, wealthy, and wise or whatever. And basically it was like a chain that you could follow all the way up to the big, like 5 or 6 or whoever big powers like the Rothschilds. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not as well versed in it enough to be able to explain exactly, but have you ever seen that, or did I see that here? It kind of, it made sense as to, why they, why or who they are and why they want to lie and why they want to try to brainwash you, is so that they have you in their pocket per se, I guess. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Well, yeah, we probably did discuss things like that. I mean, we've had so many hangouts, so many discussions on Sun and Moon.
Right. Maybe someone in the chat. Let me look real quick.
It's the manipulation and the fact that people are watching these, they're not realizing that they're being used. And I just think that they must do something. People who watch television all day are different to those who don't watch television all day. Look at us all. We're on chat rooms. We're going to watch other chats or other hangouts. We're researching. We're looking into things. And I'm not sure whether I would have looked into the stuff I'm looking into if I hadn't woken up. Tine, do you feel like that? Tine? Yeah. Oh, she's muted. Tine?
Mute. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, just before Flat Earth, I was playing a farm game on Facebook. I spent all my hours making a farm on Facebook, and I got out of that. And, I'd always been doing some research too on YouTube, and just different people talking about conspiracies. But yeah, there's very many distractions out there. But, I got rid of my farm, and that's the start of the beginning, for me. I just, I guess I went from one virtual world to another, but at least these people are real. I mean, it's not like I'm making a fake farm anymore, but that just seems so funny to me that I spent so many hours doing that.
What do you mean you're making a farm? What? A farm? What do you mean?
Yes, it was all the rage a few years back that Farm Town and Farmville and just a game. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I got you. I was like, you got out of farming. Why would you get out of farming?
Wasn't it?
Exactly, because it wasn't a real farm.
Did you play the sugar one? Sugar something? Oh, I can't remember. Sugar.
Oh, candy something. Yes, I've seen that one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
no,
I played that for a while. But then I got stuck on this level.
Candy
and
Crush.
That's it.
Yeah, Candy Crush. Mm-hmm.
this level. I just couldn't get off this level. I remember those days.
Yeah, and then they get you at that too, because then if you want to get off the level, then you have to pay money, right?
I don't think it's money, but you only have so many lives, and then when you run out of your lives, you can't move on unless someone gives you lives.
I see.
Or you wait till the next day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how some people got much further up. I just couldn't get past this level. But hey, that was those days when I had like time to play on my phone like that. I don't get any time like that now. There's just too much to do.
I agree. But
You know, the whole planned obsolescence thing always bothered me too. When Thomas Edison first made the light bulb, it did not burn out. And when he brought his invention to the people, they said, well, make one that'll break because, you know, we need return revenue. We don't want to give them something that'll last forever. So they made him make an inferior product to put on the market.
Well,
and
that
that's
doesn't
been going on. Yeah, that's been going on for a long time. They just make things to break or become obsolete, so you have to keep buying new, and it's never good quality like it used to be.
Well, yeah, they want us to keep buying, don't they? That's partly what time savings were all about, was so that we kept buying. Spending money.
Because they really don't want us to get it. Yeah, they don't want us to get ahead.
No, they want us stuck somewhere and dumbed down. And don't forget, they put the, what is it? I can't think what it's called now. Fluoride in the water. That affects your pineal gland. Another numbing down thing so that we don't think. I think that's the thing is that I keep repeating this. It might be a bit boring if people watch The Sun and Moon quite a lot, but it just reminds me of this children's story. You know, the emperor, when he comes in and actually he's naked, but he's trying to tell everybody that he's wearing these magnificent clothes. And they're too afraid to say anything. So they go, oh, it's magnificent, it's wonderful. Until someone stands up and goes, he's naked. But it's just like that story. And I personally, I'm glad that you know, because 2016, I'm not saying people weren't before, because like Tine and Patricia and Yudit have just said that they knew many years ago, and then suddenly there comes flat earth. Oh, right, you know, they knew something was wrong. But it's just that a lot of people woke up in 2016, and then it seems to have slowed down rather a lot. So it is healthy to know that people are still waking up. As you said, you only woke up a few months ago. It's like a wake up, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely. You know, and someone else told me this recently too. They said, don't say that you are awoke or you are awake. They said that I should be saying that I'm awakening, because that way we're keeping our eyes open. You know, we're still, you know, I don't want to use the word paranoid, but you know, just tomorrow another big lie could be, you know, set forth out there, and the people that are questioning things and that have been awakening, you know, it will be up to us to call them out, right? So
yeah.
Unfortunately,
like Yudit's thought about going to the police, but I mean, where do we go? Who can you?
right?
I mean, some people, I've heard the stories where basically they just almost think you need to be committed. You're seriously ill. And the thing is that even if we don't know everything, we know we're telling more of the truth, and the other people think we're crazy. And that's where it is. That's where the media, I mean, they know what P900s can do. These cameramen, these media people have P900s, and hey, look who's joined our hangout.
Oh.
Mr. J. We asked Mr. J on ladies in.
Hello, Jay.
Hi,
Hello,
Jay.
Jay.
Oh,
He's still.
hi.
You're the only man on here today, Jay.
Venus rules my chart. Libra is my rising sign, which Venus rules. And she literally rules my chart, and I'm a Taurus. So I have a lot of feminine energy. I was raised by a single mom. So it's an honor to be with the girls.
Yay. Yeah. How are you? I'm a Libra. What does that mean? What did you say about Libra? I rule you
I was
if I'm a
saying that
Libra?
I'm sorry?
I rule you if I'm a Libra? That was a joke.
Oh, yes, you do. Well, that's Lady Justice. My rising sign is Libra. So I was just sharing that I have a lot of sacred feminine energies. And my thesis at University of Iowa, I'm choreographing a ballet dedicated to Venus and the Pleiades and Taurus. I have it all set. It's going to be done in April 14th, the time of the goddess. Open Easter, the Eastern star, Venus. So I'm honored to be on a panel full of goddesses.
Oh,
It's our time.
Well,
Thank you
thank
so
you. Thank
Jay
you.
is a really, really lovely man. He has the
Thank
most
you.
amazing energy and he's extremely intelligent. But I'll just say to you that we've got Lesia. Lesia's the one with the two pictures. You know Yudit and you know Patricia, and the other person's Tine. And we did have Maria, but her internet wasn't very good and she seems to have dropped off. But you don't know Tine and you don't really know Lesia. So this is Jay.
Hi, Jay.
Hello, Jay. How are you? I've watched your videos.
Oh, great. What'd you
I
think?
have. Lovely. Very lovely. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
my daughter's a dancer. Well, she was a dancer, and so I'm all about the dance. I love it.
That's lovely. That's beautiful.
Mhm.
You know, all these local studios that I teach for, you know, I got my education from teaching girls. Okay, I learned from children. Children are the ones that will teach us. And I teach a lot of little girls that they have the solar plexus, which is the sun flowing in their body. And I get them to make connections through dance so they can find their inner goddess, which is simply energy, the solar, the sun, this little light of mine. I use the gospel a little bit. You know what I mean? I respect, you know, the organized, some parts of the religions, and I take some of it and I put it in a comfortable way so we can use it to uplift people and to show that we all have this light of mine, right? So girls, very important to me. You know what I mean? Every studio I teach for, it's always owned by women. I want to do a documentary about the women who have their own businesses, teaching girls and boys how to spin and be very competitive and get jobs like in commercial industries and stuff like this. It's women who run these studios and they don't get a lot of shine. So that's a project of mine for sure, to give shine to women who have so many dance studios with incredible programs and students. You don't have to go to the university or to some, you know, Royal Ballet Academy. There's someone next door that might have the answer.
Okay, so you're a dancer? You're a dancer? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to
Yeah, you're
interrupt.
fine. No, you're fine. No,
Oh.
I dance, teach, choreograph, and I'm a syncretist with research, and I'm also a rapper, poetry. I do all of that. Yeah.
Very artistic then. Yes.
And modern.
And modern. Yeah, well, I mean, you know what? I have this new movement now. Movement has no label. Who decided that dance would have this name? Like contemporary, modern. You know what they called it in ancient times? The dance of the goddess.
Oh.
Whatever, right? Dance of water. Female, right? Aurora's wedding. In Sleeping Beauty, Aurora is Venus. She's the dawn. Here she comes, the dawn, right? So those are the symbols that need to be decoded in ballet specifically. But yeah, I decode the terms simply so you know who the symbols are, so you know what the white swan and black swan are. It's, of course, females, yin and yang. Here they come, tempting the prince, the black swan, the dark light, right? What's that about? Many things are in there, right? But it's all about women. Ballet. It's the ball of E.T. E.T. is a term. In etymology, it relates to estrogen. Women have estrogen, hence Esther, the Eastern star of Venus. It's the ball of ET, of you, women. The 0 point, the birther of everything. When I bow, it's to you, it's to the woman. All of that stuff. So that's my MO, or my OM.
And also, Jess will do one now because whenever, if you stay to the end or you leave or whatever, you'll do it again. But what is it we starting to do on Sun and Moon when you're around on the count of 3?
So I like for all of us to say that we are dancers, because I believe everybody is a dancer. If your heart beats 1, 2, you dance. So on the count of 3, I would love for the goddesses to say that we are dancers. Is that okay with you all?
Like for Yudit and Patricia, they got to unmute.
Okay. Patricia, Yudit, if you can unmute and join us.
I noticed though that you say it a little slower. I heard it yesterday.
You want me to say it faster?
No. I'm just saying, like, should we be synchronized or not? You're a dancer. No.
I'm trying to do that, but yeah, but let's do it again. So Yudit, we're good. I'm gonna count 3. So 1, 2, Yudit, unmute, 3. Good. We are
dancers.
Dancers! Yay!
Wow, okay, namaste.
I'm gonna give up.
I think as well with We Are Dancers, it's about you're basically saying we are free.
Yes. I teach a girl with yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I love to dance. No, go ahead. That's one of my things. I love to dance. I love to move. I love to spin. I use poi. Yes, anything with the flow and the movement. Yep.
Beautiful. That's exactly what we should be doing. Dancing it helps for sanity, and it's not technical. See, the problem is that when I teach, right, especially for females, it's very hard on females, ballet. We know that girls suffer anorexia. You have to be skinny. Some will even chop off their breasts to be this sort of, I would call it a male body they're trying to create. Yeah. Here, actually, in anorexia, starvation, women were willing to kill themselves through starvation because they were trying to make their bodies similar to compete with men in some situations. That's heavy. You know what I mean? That the genders were so misbalanced that women had to starve themselves to fit in. So I'm sensitive to that. So in ballet, we have to definitely make sure that dancing is something that someone feels like, oh, that applies to me. Well, how does ballet apply to that goddess? Maybe her body is not, quote unquote, perfect as she feels for ballet. But here's what makes it perfect. There are 5 points to a star, yes or no? Right?
Yes.
We know this. Very simple. This works for anybody listening right now. This is for all of you, anyone. Okay, 5 points to a star. Very simple. I have a head, I have 2 arms, I have 2 legs. Is that 5?
Mm-hmm.
It is.
So when I point my foot in ballet, I'm pointing my human what? Speak. Star. Yes or no?
Yes.
So very simple. Everyone thinks that this idea of being a precious dancer or ballerina, you have to be skinny, white. Nothing personal against white because I went through racism, but I made it. But anyways, we know the French courts, the Europeans went in there, the aristocracy, white, skinny. Oh, you better jump, you better turn, you better whack your leg up, you better point that foot, you better be on time. If you're not, that's all the aristocracy. Those days are done. My ballet class is simply you knowing you have 5 points to your body. You come in, the 5 elements, the 5 geometric shapes, you're done. You have a bicep and a tricep, 2 and 3 is 5. And you align with the 5 major positions of ballet. First position and 5th position, we're done. You walk out like, oh, I can do that. As opposed to technique and telling you to hold your core and to hold your hamstring. What the hell is a hamstring first, right? What is my core, right? What does it mean? The solar plexus, the sun. It's the light of aurora. Your sun, your goddess, your pH balance. Hello, pH is in everyone, 7. It's helping us. It's providing a bar already for us to be balanced. Hence, we have balance in ballet. That would be Libra. Aha, scales, astrology, right? Those kinds of things I'm interested in when I'm teaching, not like, you can't do that.
Just for Tine and Lesia were talking about around the education. Just Tine, he teaches children things they wouldn't learn in school.
Yes.
Through dance?
Yeah, there are five. Yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying, yes, that's beautiful.
Thank
Absolutely
you.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. For me, members. Yeah, go ahead.
Just explain what it is that you teach them, those 5 elements. Just say it so that the ladies can hear.
Great. Thank you, Karen, for allowing me to do so. I appreciate it. So there are 5 major positions in ballet. Okay, there are 5 elements: earth, water, air, fire, and ether. Ether is simply Esther or Easter or Ostara. That's the goddess. The 5th element, we have 5 geometric shapes. We have earth, the cube. We have water, the icosahedron. We have the octahedron. We have the tetrahedron, and we have the dodecahedron. And it has 12 sides. So in ballet, when I hold my hand, I'm holding the sphere. When you Google the dodecahedron, it makes a sphere. So everyone is holding their sphere. Sphere comes from Sophia. Sophia means philosophy. These are the spheres of your Kabbalah tree of life. You're holding circles in ballet, or the bubbles of Krishna, right? And Radharani, one serpent, the other serpent, Kundalini. We're in first position. It's very simple. I can apply the most esoteric terms based on the structure of those 5 elements. So I teach children and adults how to memorize the 5 elements. So it's simple. We start earth, the cube, 4 sides, water, icosahedron, 20 sides, air, octahedron, 8 sides, fire, tetrahedron, 6 sides, ether, dodecahedron. Then I say, or shedron, 12 sides. I make sure to say shedron because there's a he in there, which needs an S. Hence the Superman logo is for she. It's for her. It's the serpent, the nagas, the nuns, the fishes. All these words mean something about women dancing, ritual. So that's my formula, the 5. Hey, give me 5, bro. So, oh yeah, that reminds me of those 5 positions in ballet. And the 5th position is that sphere. It's the ball in ballet. It's the same basketball. It's the golf ball, damn it. It's the tennis ball, damn it. It's the football, damn it. It's every ball. It's a ballroom. Are you having a ball? That ball is your dodeca. Bam! And anyone can do that and have fun with it, as opposed to get into an academy, get a job, blah, blah, blah. I think we lost someone. Oops. So that's what I do. If anyone...
She should be back.
Yeah.
She's back.
Yeah, sorry about that. I dropped off. I'm on I'm on my tablet.
No worries.
Sorry.
No worries.
Didn't mean to disrupt the flow. Yes, back to what you were saying.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I am currently looking for employment. So if anyone is interested in teaching where the individual gets physically stronger, mentally wiser, and confident, and can create their own dance after 2 sessions, talk to me. I'm open.
How do you teach?
Someone has to know. Yeah, go ahead.
How do you teach? Where do you teach?
Right now, I'm teaching at University of Iowa. I teach beginners, modern, ballet, and jazz.
Mm-hmm.
I teach all ages. I have experience in 8-year-olds to 60.
Oh, wow.
So, and I've got almost 14 years of experience teaching choreography. Simple. And I love children. I love adults. I would encourage adults to dance. My goddess sphere, for any women out there who have a studio and they want their precious angels to know what ether is. These girls have to know what ether is in a world full of sexualized music where we're dancing a little more sexual, right?
Yeah.
Our children, you know, they're being influenced by things that aren't so good.
I agree.
And they're winning awards. Right. The talent is great, but they're winning awards to do something kind of different here. So we have to reverse that vibration. Get the technical things okay, but know what the body means. Know what your music is. Know Nicki Minaj, an 8-year-old should not be mouthing that name. I've seen it and it made me sick. Nothing against rappers, female rappers. Listen, there's a place for the goddess. But we know that these labels use the goddess, the whore of Babylon, the Venus, the dark energy. They use that for our little ones to then dance like this. Just backing it up.
Yes, our 8-year-olds don't need to know how to twerk, okay?
Right.
Yes, yes.
Why are we backing it up?
Yeah.
You know, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Are you asking me? What does that
I'm
mean?
just saying, like,
don't ask me.
No, I'm just sharing. It sounded like you had a comment. I'm just saying, when you back it up, I just had an aha moment. You're going in reverse. You're going backwards.
Yeah.
You're not going forward, right? Human beings are supposed to go forward and ascend. That's it. But we're backing it up. Sounds inverted. What culture is inverted? Aha, that would be the satanic rhythm, which is Saturn, not always bad, but it can be. It can manipulate the ether and the orbs. You know this. So
what were you saying about
ritual.
the? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's a lag for me, so when I think you pause, you didn't. I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. What was your question?
Well, no, I was just going to say, like you were saying that that in the dance world, that people have their like women, they have their breast cut like removed.
Yes.
Is that?
Yep. Yeah.
Wow.
In
order to be more competitive and to get the edge, I guess. Wow. Yes. I mean,
you know, I haven't.
Doesn't
go ahead.
surprise me. No, I was just saying, does it surprise me? No, because just like my daughter, she danced for the university, and you know, they had literature that they would put out that no, you know, we don't discriminate for, you know, because of weight and height and this and that. But you know what? They really do. They want you to, you know, maintain a certain weight, and they go for certain body types, and that's just like if you ever watched any episodes of the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders where they have the tryouts a while back, you can't dance if you don't make the right weight. So you would know all about that, I would think.
Yes, I do. I know exactly what that is. See, the thing about ballet that a lot of women who do it need to learn and understand is that it was created through tyranny. You know, the queen. Anytime you have a queen like Medici, Catherine de Medici, these were Catholics. Hence the cat. Cat is Leo. These are the people of the Leo, the sun, Illuminatis, the sun. The sun rules up there, very much so. Oh yeah, Leo is the sun. Hence your sun people. So they put it in ballet. Who was King Louis? He was the Sun King. But before him was Medici, the queen. What did she do? Simple. She slaughtered 50,000 Protestants, which is what we are as truthers. I would call us Protestants. We are protesting abuse. We are protesting a ball. And we are protesting the treatment of women today and in history. Oh yeah, it's a new day. So Medici did this. And then after killing 50,000 people, went to the ballet like nothing happened. Just, make my ballet. Dance faster. Now, there's beautiful things there, but there's painful things. The painful things are the side effects, like your anorexias, your girls who come in confused as to why they're depressed. You're not telling her she's a damn star. You're telling her to point her feet. She has a perfect body for ballet, but you're breaking her brain. You're turning her into a horse. She's a human, and she has to know what her vibration is first. So if it doesn't work out in the dance career, she walks out saying, I got this. I'm a star. I have the sun in my stomach. I am the dodecahedron. I am ether, boom, and they'll find something else to do, done. As opposed to everything riding on the ballet. I talked to a lot of adults who dance ballet, especially women who were teased. Maybe their legs were a certain way, they got teased. And from being teased, they get emotionally scarred. And then they don't want to dance at all. Now that is death. Wow. To feel so hurt, right? From an old memory, to carry it until you're 50 and you're corporate and you're making your money, all good, no judgment. You're making your money, you've got your family, you got married, you got your children, but there's something hurting still, right? There's these words. One of those words was the dancing. Everyone, I'll tell you, every woman, a lot of women have had a bad experience with ballet, specifically because it was controlling the queen, the king. It was controlling and it judged your body. It judged my race. It told me that I'm Black, I should do African dance. Well, Africa in etymology is terra. Terra is the earth. We are all earthlings. This African thing, or Black, white, I'm the original this, or I'm better, no, it's bull. We all come from terra. Etymology will save people's lives and years and hours of research. It's a beautiful place to go. It saved my life. This is not my information. This is wisdom coming from the goddess. This is wisdom coming from my single mom who went up against the Boston Ballet by herself because I was Black. They wouldn't let me dance Fritz, one of the characters in the Nutcracker. It's the little son in that famous ballet. His name is Fritz. And he wears red. Red man, Adama, Adam, red man in Hebrew. I wonder why he's wearing red. Of course, it's about creation. It's astrology. But I was told, oh, you're Black when I have red blood like everybody else. He can't do that. So my mom, my mother, this is to inspire all single moms out there. All single moms who've been beaten down, been through shit, abused, told they ain't shit. This is for you. My mom, by herself, Harvard graduate, summa cum laude. You know, because she was a Black woman, they would not put summa. They only gave her cum laude. They didn't want to give her summa. They wanted her to feel lesser than. She's Black and a woman. Imagine if she was gay. That's 3 strikes. Holy shit, compassion. My mom, by herself, got her summa cum laude, and she made sure they put summa on the damn thing. That's my mom. Now, she by herself went against the Boston Ballet to make sure that her son danced the role of Fritz, a principal child part. I didn't know what color I was until someone told me. I was traumatized. I was like, oh shit, I'm different. Whoa. So my mom said no. Simple. She threatened them and she won. And I got a chance to dance. And guess what? I believe I was the first African American, if you want to get into that, whatever, of color, pardon me. Sorry. My phone is doing a lot of things lately. I was the first African American or dancer of color, we're all colors, to dance Fritz because of my mama. Because of my mama Wati. In South Africa, it's Mama Wati. Is a goddess, half fish, half mama. Maid. The Little Mermaid in Disney, they got it from the Mama Wati. Hence, we have our mammies, stereotypical Black women actors. That's deliberately against the feminine, not race. The minstrel shows came from Jim Crow. Jim Crow was a dancer, and he had a song called Jump Jim Crow. So women and men were singing and dancing racism, and then guess what? Gave birth to a movement. Which brings me to my most important theme. A movement is not controlled by man or woman. A movement is controlled by your heart. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. The 2, 2. I had an aha moment. Wow, this is all because of the goddess. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 2 is an anagram for Taurus. It is. So when you're wearing your tutu, you're spinning with the bulls, the raging bulls, right? The Bull Durham movie. Sandra Bullock, whoa. Females, right? Doing their thing in Hollywood. So now it's very important to know what puts me as a man body in a studio with women, what puts me in a position where I can make this journey a more balanced place. Research, compassion, dealing with my own trauma. I talked to my mom about trauma. My mom has been traumatized by my grandfather who beat the shit out of her. told me horrible things, but I didn't know that until I opened up about abuse. I'm not going to get into all the personal things, but my mom is stressful when you raise a child who has all these things and things happen. So I have compassion, but things happen and it hurt, right? So we have to also remember, regardless of gender, to love our children and be careful with how we put our hands on them. So when I opened up to my mom, my goddess, she got emotional and started to cry a little bit. I could hear it because then she realized, holy shit, I was beaten too. And I'm passing it down, right? When I get mad, but I'm a good mom, but I have this impulse to, that's the man. That's the tyrant. That's the iron fist. Now, the iron fist can be okay if it's balanced, but it has not been for many years. And recently with my mom, I told her when she got mad at me, she got mad at me in a manly way. I could see, I said, Mom, you're getting mad like a man would. And I showed her finger. You're doing the man. And she looked at me and she walked away and thought about it. And then I said, Mom, the goddess does not do that. The goddess is this. Laughed. And the next day, I shit you not, we were balanced. We were peaceful. I opened up to her. Simple. I didn't attack my mom. I wasn't about attacking. I wanted her to get out her pain. That's a dance. Getting out my abuse. What happened to me when I was younger? Now I'm an older person, so I forget about it. See, teaching can open portals in people's souls. So when you take my class, and if I ask you what you learned, if the classroom is silent for 15 minutes, that's a bad sign. And that's what happens in every classroom. Everyone doesn't want to breathe. They go, they don't want to speak. You want to know why? The iron fist. The iron fist of the aristocracy. Ara comes from art or Sarasvati. It's the Sarasvati Rasi. Comes from her. Sorry if I'm hogging the mic, Karen, if you wanted to jump in and say something.
Well, that's okay. I just wondered what it was actually like being the only, quite often I might be the only woman. No, Patricia and Yudit are usually there, but generally the panels are very male-based, which is great because we've had great people on, and there's Devon and Matthew in the chat room who come on these hangouts. So, yeah, it's all brilliant. But what's it like being the only man?
Well, I was the only boy in an all ballet class. I'll tell you, girls don't play around. Girls, they were mean to me. Oh yeah, boys were icky. Another agenda. Ew, boys. Remember those days? And the booger, gross. And if someone had a booger, it's gross. That's all nature, right? That's all.
That's
you know what I
funny.
mean? It's true. Like, so of course, here I am, Boston Ballet, the only boy. Okay, and I'm of color. Okay, with a bunch of girls. And I could never get it. I could never sort of find anyone I could kick it with. It was always like, get out, get out, get out. This is our thing. But I made it work. And we understood that we had to share space, that we're all dancing together. That one man surrounded by women might be Krishna with his Radharanis. Beautiful. See these metaphors? My first girlfriend's name was Lumenita from Romania. Ra, the Egyptian sun god. Lumination. My first girlfriend was light. Because we live in a racist world, my mom has feelings about certain skin color. And when she heard that my girlfriend was this complexion, white, she was like, oh, white grandchildren's, I don't know. Irony. When my mom is mixed and paler than me, my mom is actually white, Portuguese and black. See, mind control goes in so many ways. It's amazing how when you're given the wrong information about what the body means or colors, it's amazing how decompartmentalized we are. We're like, oh, I only want that, but you're a mix of everything. So why are you saying you only want one thing? None of us are purely one. I'm white, black, I'm everything. I'm a jambalaya of all things. I'm a being of light. That's it. Being of light.
You just said something. You said something yesterday too, but I was driving and I couldn't comment. You said y'all, and just now you said jambalaya. Do you have ties to Louisiana?
I do. My mom lives in New Orleans.
Huh, no wonder. Okay. I live in Lake Charles, Louisiana. I was driving. I was like, yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Your mom did okay? Was your mother still, was she living in New Orleans during Katrina?
I'm trying
The
to think.
hurricane.
No, she was
Oh,
in. Yeah, I know
okay.
what you mean. She was in Florida at the time, and her husband was in New Orleans, so that she was going back and forth. But
Okay.
you know, my stepdad went through it, and he's good. But yeah, he has memories still
Wow.
of what that was. But I want to share something about that. You know, FEMA and their whole thing. Well, what is FEMA? What does FEMA sound like? FEMALE. Female.
Oh, right.
Do you see what I'm trying to
But
say? That's not a
yeah,
coincidence.
right. But you know what it stands for, though, right? Do you know what it stands
I actually
for?
don't.
I
Tell
do.
me. I don't know.
It okay. It stands for Federal Emergency. Let's see, Federal Emergency. Maybe like Medical Association or I don't know. I know the first two. Federal Emergency something. Yeah.
Sure.
But yeah.
Well, you already said everything with federal. Federal is the
Yeah.
Rothschilds.
Exactly.
You know that?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And what are the Rothschilds using? What energy are the Rothschilds using? The Rothschilds are the red people. Roth is red. What's the red planet? Mars. Check this out. This is Santos' stuff too. Santos helped me put it together. I'm grateful for Santos Bonacci. Wow. Amazing, amazing energy. So Mars is also mare. Mare is the water. Hence Mars is also feminine. When it's that time of month, you think that Mars might know something about the red energies? Oh yeah, these Rothschilds or any individual that's hurting us right now, they know astrology. They know it. They don't practice it properly. They use it improperly, but they're consistent. And that's it. They're using the feminine energy for sure against everyone. It's a new day though. Birth control? Who's controlling my birth? Excuse me? What am I? I'm an animal. Darwin, you're a monkey. Let me control your Taurus, your universe. My God, right? Men muddling and doing experiments on the female body, right? They don't want to bring women into the churches to have the same rights as the priests do. Women have to be in the back doing the hallelujah. Even in church, there's this, no, you're here, I'm the voice of God. Go is in God. This is going to blow your minds. This is how you see how powerful the woman is. Well, you already know. You're already women, for God's sake. Good Lord. God has go. I'm having an aha moment. We have Chicago, right? Well, what color means to go? Green light. That would be emerald. Who rules emerald? Venus. So God means to go. That's it. That's it. Venus is ether. The prima ballerina is the prima mobile, which means the first one who moves. So she's going. Are we going with her? Or are we going without her and abusing her and turning her into a whore, which is what's happening in the mainstream? Some of them are very talented. I'm not judging at all. I've been in the scene industry. I've done some things where I had to sort of do a little awkward shit to keep my job that I didn't want to do. But we don't ask questions in dance. Get your job, make your money. Doesn't matter if you're depressed and throwing up in the bathroom. And I knew a dancer who overdosed on diet pills. And she died in the back seat of her family's car on their way to Disney World. This was a ballerina from Boston Ballet. I'll never forget it. I met her briefly in the summer. Beautiful girl. I met her on this staircase. I was passing and someone introduced me to her. Then I found out she died. I put her name in a rhyme, and she's forever in the ether because I put her name and her energies in a poem. Because when someone dies, especially dies horribly like that, before their time, art can keep them alive. Poetry, movement. We have to move. Too much typing, right? Money. Oh, I got a cramp in my shoulder because you're not doing enough of this. Imagine you're in your cubicle or wherever you work, or you're in your car, right? Instead of getting road rage, imagine instead of getting mad, you go, done. That wasn't technique. You just did this. and then you grab the steering wheel, as opposed to "Ugh," and tension in my heart's pumping and my throat is tense, and now you're getting cancer. Cancer? Can't make this shit up. Why is it Cancer, y'all? Cancer is the sacred feminine sign. That's where the moon rules. Cancer, can and serpent. Women move like the serpent. Nun means fish in Hebrew. Fish move like the serpent. Nun comes from Naga. Naga means serpent in Hebrew. Naga gives birth to the word nigga. Ah, whoa, ho, ho, shit. It's all about the woman. Even when we're insulted, they have to adopt the birthing energies of this entire panel. This entire panel, a women's rage, you can't match it. Hell hath no fury.
Hell has no fury like a woman.
Can't, men out there, men, you can't match it. It's psychic. Women have the heart. Men have the physic thing and they can destroy shit. But when it's all burned down, you still have your heart. Ah, and there she is.
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's all right. She dropped
No.
off for a moment. Could I just say?
Yes,
Tine,
got very windy here.
oh, go on. Yeah, Tine.
Yeah, go ahead.
You do this bit where you see that words are connecting with each other, or is that not your bit really? Or do you understand like what Jay's saying?
I do. I can't keep it all in my head, but I followed Santos even before he discovered flat Earth. So when he came into flat Earth, I was thrilled because I'd been following Santos. So I love numerology and all the stuff that words and numbers mean and put together.
Awesome.
Yeah, and Patricia and Yudit are already fans of yours. Jay.
Well, I'm fans of women. We need more female truthers. All for
Yeah,
sure.
I have to say, when you look up, like I can look up on my sort of analysis on my panel, those like 75% of flat earthers are men and only 25% are women. Something like that. That might be exact, but it's a scenario of there's 3/4 is males and only it seems a small section are females. Do you ladies feel the same, that there's not enough lady flat earthers?
Well, and my biggest thing is sometimes I can't tell if someone is a lady or not. I've gotten to where I will just come right out and ask now because of their name. Because there's so many avatar names, I guess, what do you call it? Screen names. And yeah.
I do know.
Is there possibly more? Yeah. Is there possibly? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that somebody got in touch with me and said that they wanted to come on the panel, and their name was Marion. And I said, he said, I'm a he. So I made a mistake there.
Yeah, my biggest revelation was recently Ginger Sugar Bush 905. I thought Ginger Sugar Bush 905 surely was a female until I heard him with a very deep voice on a panel. I was like, okay, that's not a girl. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, we are in the age of with the LGBTQ. I took queer studies to sort of research more information about repressing anything that wants to be feminine. And it's funny because they had queer studies in the Van Allen building. Ooh, interesting. In the Van Allen, the one that thinks it's a ball, all these posters of Mars and NASA going to Mars are in that building. And I had to walk past that shit into the classroom. So they put the people who are different, think about it, the people who are special, right? In the building of X-Files, the Van Allen building. Not a coincidence there. I don't think at all. Crazy shit. Interesting messages there.
In the chat room, TP says, I'm female.
Yes. Embrace it.
I tend to look beyond gender, though. I just see people as people, and if I can trust them, it doesn't matter if they're male or female.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Good heart. That's it. Never mind the gender. their ego. You know, I mean, at university, it's all about, okay, I got a piece of paper, but once again, are you a good person?
Right.
Is your ego humble? Do you know if you've made a mistake that might have hindered me as a student, that I might get compensated, which I have not been? Aristocracy still rules, you know?
In
Crazy.
ballet, though, it's the other way around, isn't it? The majority will be female and the minority will be male.
Yes, and ironically, it's easier for men. They'll always. Sorry, go ahead. Who's talking? Sorry, go ahead.
It's me. I was just saying you teach a lot more well, young ladies.
Yes, ma'am. So what's interesting about that is that in dance, they'll often hire men, even if they're not that good, like men who don't know how to partner, because they need guys. They need a guy. So the guy can be like Frankenstein with his hands all ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. He could be doing some weird, as long as it's a guy, right? But women, they have to be all this perfect stuff and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it's interesting how it can be easier for men, but it can be harder too, because once again, men do not know the metaphors. And when they partner the girl, it's all about, oh, I'm going to put you here. No, put me here. And they end up arguing. And then finally you get to see a pas de deux on stage, but you didn't see the fighting that was happening. I've seen people fight over nothing. Put me here. You were late. It was on 7 and 8. I wanted 1 and 2. We both goddamn 2 2s, 1 and 2. Goddamn it, heartbeat 1 2. What's wrong with your ass? Woo! Humble, sharing space. I teach that in my for girls, especially babies. Respect the space. When you're standing beside someone, make sure you're aware. Simple shit, because I didn't know this when I was younger. I was hyper. When you're waving your hands around, you might whack someone in the face. So I have a dance thing called respect the space, which means we gently touch each other after we've moved very quickly. We control ourselves. A metaphor for adults as well. Control the hands, right? A life lesson for a lot of people. Temptation is everywhere, but people just sort of give in because they think it's something they have to do. Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. Hence all the sexual harassment going on now. Whoa, all the women, they're my heroes. Kick ass, go do it. I was at home in New Orleans and I was grateful because my parents love to watch CNN, and oh my God, the mind control, blah. But the universe opened up its doors, and these 2 women from the Ford company, I don't know if y'all heard about it. It was a black woman and a white woman. I shit you not, this is disgusting. The black woman said her ass was bitten by a man in the Ford company. She bent over and he bit her ass. Okay? Now, I know about catcalling, which is gross. And I know about, okay, you slap someone on the butt, which is gross. But to bite someone, something's going on. This is a new level of dark, of gross, right? So women coming out now, I encourage, please do it. Please expose it. We need you to do that. If you don't do that, it will slow down the flat earth movement too, because a lot of things are dealt with abuse of power and men hurting and some women putting themselves in positions, it is what it is, that are not that great. So we have to know who we are, right? Very important to know who we are. New York City Ballet, I'm grateful to hear this because I know that in ballet companies, these women go through shit to be the prima. They have to probably do some things. I think y'all know where I'm going. Oh, of course they do. You have to get a leg up in the industry. A leg up would come from développé in ballet, where your leg goes to your ear and your hamstrings and your thigh is to your face. A leg up in the industry, right? Interesting. New York City Ballet, that director, Peter Martins, was asked to step down because of sexual harassment accounts. Trust me.
Jay, you almost feel like you're dancing. You feel like generally what women feel on the outside. On the outside, women are pulled back or whatever it is, but it sort of happened to you the other way round.
Yes. Yeah, let me see how I can explain it. When I first saw dance, I saw Superman flying and jumping, and I wanted to fly when I was younger. Now I know why. I'm Taurus, and the Pleiades means to sail. It's the 7 sisters. I'm writing a thesis right now where I'm explaining what the Pleiades is, what the Virgin Mary is, what the heavenly bodies are and the earthly bodies are for the first time. My thesis is in the university setting where I decode every Bible reference that talks about the goddess and Taurus. Who is the mark of the beast? Who is the mark of the beast? 666 is carbon 12, simple. That's Easter, Esther, ether. That's her. 6, done. Who's the beast? Taurus. Done. I saved you hours of research. The mark of the beast is the goddess and the bull. So when we're dancing, we are harnessing energies to fly. Hence why I wanted to fly when I watched Superman, because I'm a Taurus, but I didn't know, my subconscious brain didn't know astrology, that the stars align with me and the females. I'm one already. I have one inside me. So I started jumping off of things and hurting myself to fly with who? The goddess, my invisible friend. By the way, all your invisible friends, they're real. Every child's invisible friend, watch what they do. Watch that. Genius, they're talking to stars. Of course, we all were. We're waking up, right? So simple. I was jumping, hurting myself. Then I saw a ballet commercial of a man jumping in tights. And I put 2 and 2 together, flying and jumping. Tights, Superman wears tights, right? He wears red and blue tights. And in the ballet dancer, a man wearing tights, but he's not being held by any wires. Self, with the real ether. He's using his plie. You know what I'm saying? We bend our knees in ballet. You know, we bend our knees a lot, right? We do stuff like this, right? Well, the term plie comes from the Pleiades. I didn't know that until Santos opened my brain to new stuff. The Pleiades. It's the sisters. You are dancing with your sisters. Hence, your nuns are sisters because they're praising the Pleiades. Guess who Catherine de Medici killed the Protestants for? They were called Huguenots. You know what it means? It means to sail. Pleiades means to sail. Who were they worshiping? Why were they killed? Oh, we own that star. You can't have Venus. You can't have her. Only the elite can have her. Even in ballet, they control things. They stand in place of the sun. They stand in place of the stars. They tell you to go to the Hollywood Walk of Fame and look at the star in the concrete. When you have a head, 2 arms, and 2 damn legs, and you are a star. No one told you the shit. And they go, oh, Hollywood Walk of Fame, that's what fame is. No, fame is your anatomy.
Can I ask you something, Jay? Do any of the mothers in your ballet classes, do they ever say anything to you? Because obviously you're teaching mostly little girls or young ladies. Do the mothers say anything like, oh, you're teaching my daughter this?
Yes, they do. Most of my responses have been very positive. They actually, what I do is this is how it works. And I encourage anyone who's a teacher of anything to think about things like this. It's simple, community.
Can I just say one thing before you start?
Yeah.
Tine was talking about how she hates the education the way it is. But Tine, this is a teacher who's different.
Yes. Well, we all like to drink tea. Teacher, tea. Check it out. When gymnasts, especially females, land, I'm going to blow your minds. This is all about you women and you gymnasts who are awesome. Watch this shit. They land like this. What shape is that? It's the T for Taurus. It's the crucifix. You've jumped and you landed into the symbol of the Nordic cross, Earth. I had an aha moment with that one. Beautiful. Gymnasts don't even know. And those poor gymnasts recently, they were sexually harassed by physical therapists. Sick bastards. You sick bastards. How dare you? How dare you? It's physical therapy, man. It's therapy. How dare you do that? Sorry.
Jay, I was a gymnast, and you know what they call it? You nailed that landing.
Yes.
The cross, you nailed it.
Yes. Oh, you are so, yes. Yesterday, applause to you for making that syncretism connection. Because the other day, this is going to blow your mind. You know the word Klondike in Alaska. You know what Klondike means? Hammer water. Hammer Water. Now, let's slow down and get into a Hindu god called Loka. Loka, L-O-K-A, if you Google it, body of water. Very simple. In the feet of Loka, you see these toenails. Nailed the landing? This is going to blow your mind. Cross. Now, let's go to Mount Meru, magnetic mountain, Magdalena. That's her rod, by the way. The earth is being held by a cross like this. We know this. What's the water doing? Simple. That's the Christ. That's the fluids. It's the sexual fluids, water. We have cerebral spinal fluid. We're water. Most of our body is made up of what? Water. So who is nailing you? Who is sticking the landing? The goddess nails Christ to the earth. Hammer water. Wow. That's you. That's the woman doing all this nailing and grounding and birthing and magic and dancing. And you kidding me? Fibonacci spirals, the woman. The 6 is ether. It amazes me. Yeah.
But
Is your name Tine?
Tine. It's just he was talking about she hated the way that the education system has gone. But you're meeting, well, I suppose you're called, what is it? An anarchist, because you're a freedom fighter. And you've met, this is a different kind of teacher who you do feel frustrated, don't you? Because you'd like to teach these young ladies differently and you feel that you're up against the establishment, which, yeah.
I am. And, I had one woman who runs her dance studio, and this is why it's important for women to know what the goddess means. See, when you say god or goddess, a lot of people have heard the generic version and they think you're referring to the organized, this thing with a body and it's a stack. No, it's an energy. So if we're more versed in it, this woman who owns a studio here told me this about my dance teaching. Now, she wasn't trying to be like harsh and mean. She has a business. But she goes, the goddess thing, my girls just want to dance. I don't know about the goddess thing. My girls just want to eat. They want to dance and get into this academy. That's all she said to me. I'm thinking to myself, I taught here for a year and a half. Your children are physically stronger. They're wiser. They know all the 5 elements and what they mean, and they're dancing those energies. So as we get busy with our corporate ways of ruling, our man-made ways of thinking, this is what it is. Women competing with men, I get it. Men have what you want to call the money, but the money comes from the moon. Mon, that's her shit. Juno, that's her shit. Uno is a card game. Uno, Juno. Uno with the colored cards, the rainbow serpent. Quetzalcoatl is Venus. It's like I'm having way more aha moments right now just because I know the goddess. That's why I'm grounded in truth. The feminine, So yeah, it happens where you deal with people who don't necessarily understand it, but I've had more love and I'm grateful because I'm in the University of Iowa teaching love, teaching flat earth dance. Dome. I'm mentioning domes and the head being...
Yay to Jay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah, wonderful.
Just while he's paused for a moment, has anybody got any questions they'd like to ask Jay as it's ladies' night?
I do, but it might be totally unrelated. I don't know if you get into dream symbology, but
Yes.
One of my favorite dreams is when I can just push off of surfaces and float and glide above my surroundings and just like even hover, and I have complete control in the air. And I can go where I want to, and I can go down if I want and up if I want. And it's like a way of escaping, really, because if I'm in a place where I don't want to be, I can just push off and I'm away.
Yes. Well, it's funny you mentioned about dreams. I had someone on Facebook recently ask me to do a presentation about the dream state. And, your brain has a lot of awesome names. Well, before I show you this one picture, I'm going to just speak simply about the thalamus. Okay? Everybody has an optic thalamus. It's where your third eye is, but it's a part of your heart. They're one and the same. It literally means a bedroom. Now, let's slow down. My thalamus means a bedroom. One of its meanings, it has many, also means a flower, hence your crown, lotus flower chakras, of course. Etymology, a bedroom. So when you are sleeping, you are going into another room. What room would that be? Who's in the room with you? Who is helping Tine fly? Your brain is ruled by copper. Copper is electric. When you sleep, you don't stop dancing. You're breathing, breathing, carrying your air to your temple, to your bedroom in the middle point, the mid-heavens. And now you're in a new room of darkness, of limitless possibilities with Venus, who rules copper, in your temple. And then you have Saturn in there, helping you to spiral. Who rules turns? Elohim means to turn. Elohim means Saturn. He's the seven, and with his other peoples, the women and men, the orbs. So when you're dreaming, your eyes are closed, you're still dancing, you're breathing and pumping. 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Taurus, bing, I'm in this beautiful world. We have to go back to dreams, but I want to show you this because you said flying. I'm going to show you a picture of something.
Can
Very
I
important.
interrupt you for 1 minute?
Go ahead.
Tine, when in your dream, you say you push off, like, are you flying or are you standing upright, hovering?
Yeah, I'm kind of floating and hovering, but I'm standing initially, and then all I have to do is just push off like you do on the side of a pool. Just push off, and then all of a sudden you're going through whatever surface it is. And
how has that been going on for a long time, or like
it's one of my favorite dreams that I remember since since childhood. That
I'm just curious because I do the same thing, except for in mine, I'm not flying, I'm not on my belly, I'm standing, and all I have to do is I kind of like I am having to use my arms, but I'm doing like as if I am in a pool, like what you just said, but it's like I'm treading water, and all I have to do is just kind of just take off from my feet, and I'm basically looking down, going around, and I'm looking down and seeing what's going on down below. It's yes, the best feeling. And it's almost weird because I don't know about in your dream, but like I'm thinking in my dream, I can remember like the people, and it's like they don't realize how awesome of an experience I'm having. And I'm just kind of like, like, do y'all not see? I don't talk to them, but in my mind, I'm like, why do they not think this is like fantastic? So I've always just kind of wondered what that was.
Yeah, I have that feeling too. I'm like, why don't you do what I can do?
Yeah,
Isn't this
exactly.
great?
Yeah. Yes.
I have to run to go teach some children, but before I do, I want to show you this picture.
Okay.
Can you all see this? Of course you
Not
can,
yet.
right?
I can't.
Not yet?
No.
Okay. You don't see
I
it?
see. Oh, okay. Now I do.
Okay, it says Christa Galli. It is a bone in the front of your skull. It means the crest of the rooster. Okay? Now, if you notice here, it says labyrinth on the other side. A labyrinth is also related to your brain. A place of limitless dream states, things that can happen. Totally. So what's happening here, it's very simple. What do roosters do? Roosters are birds. So you're flying. So when you breathe, and at night when you're dreaming, it would make sense if you have a bone that relates to a bird in the high place of your brain, that you are designed to fly. Every one of us is supposed to fly. Your dreams, you just motivated me to teach my class now and to come in with a different thank you for that. Because we are all supposed to fly from our brains.
Wow.
Yeah, feel that lightness that we have in our spirit.
Yeah, the metaphors are in your bones. Why does phalanges means a military division? You have phalange bones in your hands and feet. Whether you're a man or a woman, weak or strong, matters not. The military came from your bones. Hence why men say, oh, I'm going to bone that. I'm going to bone that tonight. Right, of course, slang for sex, which is six, which is her. We don't know her very well, but we know her numbers, right? And we definitely do her actions, but we have to know the choreography. Simple. Know the choreography. It's a metaphor, whatever it means. I'm going to run now. Before I go, can we say the 1, 2, 3 dancers?
Yeah, everybody on mute. Everybody on mute.
I'm ready.
All right.
Yeah. Patricia,
finger.
Yudit.
Oh, maybe they're sleeping.
No, I don't know. Yudit's probably there. She's just probably hovering around. Yudit, Patricia.
Yeah, I'm here.
There you go.
Okay, here we go.
Yudit.
Okay.
All right then.
Pat.
Love you, Jay.
Love you, Yudit. 1, 2, 3. We
are dancers.
Yes. Yay!
Yay.
Yay. Jay, thank you so much.
Thank you. I put my YouTube channel if you all want to subscribe. And if you once again, if you know anyone who's interested in having a teacher, please, I'm putting it out there. I'm available. I'd love to give love to as many people as possible.
I put your
awesome.
name in the chat room as well, Jay. I'll
Do it again. I think. Can you
What's
do it
that?
again, please, Karen? Do it.
Do it again.
I'll do it again.
Okay.
I can do it again. I'm right here.
Jay has become a really lovely part of Sun and Moon.
Well, I'm grateful, because Karen provides a platform and Yudit provides pictures that debunk NASA and show what Venus is. Venus is green and she's an orb. Venus is emerald. Venus is not this random red ball of styrofoam. It's ridiculous. I put it in the chat room again, but I'm gonna run and hang up. But much love to you.
Subscribed already. Okay. I thought I was, but I wanted to make sure.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Tine wants to say something. Tine, you've shown us. Oh, she's put her arms up in the air.
Oh, I get a hug. Yay. Thank you.
No, she put her arms up in the air. You said put your arms up in the air. We don't even do that.
Yes. Good. Good for
How
you.
awesome.
Whee! Energy out.
You can do it in your chair. Everyone, you can dance you can do ballet in your chair. It is not technical. It's a shape. It is the symbol of the goddess. It is the zero. It is the meaning of everything. Hold your circle.
Bravo, Jay.
Thank you so much, my darling.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Leslie Beckwith is in chat. She says, we are dancers. Hugs, Jay.
Yay. I was just going to ask him something and he's gone. Yeah, he was probably like, I need to go. He's lovely, Jay. He's a really nice guy and he's really clever. How he's probably one of the first people, even if they knew it, he's one of the first people to talk about how ballet fits into this whole thing like Santos and astrology. It's just another version of it. They've done it in ballet and hidden it.
Wow.
Not good, is it? Another lie.
Hey, I'm going to mute for 1 second. I'm making me a coffee.
I wondered, I wondered if I'd mention a word and see what you ladies think. What about spirituality then? What does that all mean to you with Flat Earth? You're unmuted?
I'm making my coffee. Okay, go ahead.
Everything to do with Flat Earth.
It does for me as well. I mean, a lot of people don't like that word. They think it's religion or something, but spirituality is being in tune with yourself and with the world. So what does it mean for you ladies? Yudit, let's ask Yudit because she hasn't said very much. Yudit. Got to wait for her to come back. Yudit, where have you gone?
It means don't lie.
Oh, sorry, darling, say that again.
Don't lie. Don't lie.
Don't lie.
Yeah.
I think if you feel that you're a spiritual person, none of us like lying. There's no point, is there? Because then you're not being true to yourself and true to everyone else. So what's the point? And we've done enough lying, haven't we?
Yes.
You know, they've lied to us enough. So that's what spirituality means to you, the truth.
The truth.
And not to lie.
Yes.
Also, I think it means I am you and you are me. We're all together in this. We're humanity. We're humankind. We're
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Yes. Thank you, Tine. It's very strong. Yes.
Yeah. Patricia?
I
Oh,
you,
sorry, you did. Carry on.
yeah, you must say it again, please, Tine.
I am you and you are me.
I think that any people that touch on this spirituality side, that is how it feels. So if someone's upset, you feel it. Because they are you and you are them. And yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. Patricia?
Yeah, what spirituality means to me is about being aware of things around us more than just ourselves. You know, like you said about feeling other people, you know, what they're going through, you know, and that, you know, it's about knowing who we are as a person, but bringing it out to everyone, you know, to try and understand other people.
Yeah, because there's such a lack of that, isn't there?
Definitely.
But you have to understand yourself first, otherwise you won't understand someone else.
Yeah, you have to learn about yourself first. Because how can, I mean, they say you shouldn't judge people, but in a way we do sort of judge people, but if we don't judge ourselves first, then, you know, and understand that we have faults, then we shouldn't judge other people, because then we understand that no one's perfect, that we don't judge people. Because we tend to sort of do that till we realise, hang on a minute, one, I wouldn't like to be judged, and two, who am I to judge someone else? You know, who am I to not put myself in their shoes? You know, so we have to learn about ourselves and how we react to things and stuff, and then hopefully put that out.
Yeah, sorry, my one of the dogs has been taken for a bath and the others are crying. If you hear any yelps, we're not killing a dog. One's been taken away for a bath. What about you, Lesia? What does it mean for you?
Well, spirituality to me is like in other words, I was just thinking about this. I use it in the way of a feeling, and you know that's what it means to me more so is a feeling, and it's a feeling that usually would come either in the middle of doing something or after I've done something. In other words, it's like it's something special. In other words, it's something that I have to like stop and take notice, like, you know, like some people would say, oh, that was so good, or that was so awesome, or whatever. But in my mind, I would equate something really good or really awesome as something spiritual, like kind of like it was a gift, or a blessing. Yeah, kind of more, you know, it's an internal, it's very internal. And I do believe that everybody has a spiritual side, but maybe don't always tap into it, I guess. But for instance, eating ice cream, you know, it can be so good that, and then if you take the time to appreciate it, it that in and of itself can become a spiritual experience. I know that might sound lame, but I'm just kind of using that as an example. it's you feel it. You feel it deeply. It's not just the ordinary day-to-day everything. Is that, yeah. That's what spiritual to me is.
I think
It's an
people
experience.
I think people have forgotten as well. It's a bit like the world is the body within, because we live inside out. So, yeah, for me, I just can't help it. That word just fits for me. It's the spirituality side of life. You know, we're living in our heads higher, not on the ground. Well, some people are, I suppose, aren't they? Their vibes are on the ground. Yeah, I don't know what you think about that. It's the world is the body within.
Yeah, how many times how many times have you heard that saying, oh, you need to get your head out of the clouds, Well, like it's a bad thing. Well, I don't think that's a bad thing. It's because you are trying to have a higher mindset, or a higher, to take your experience to a higher level. Not because you want more, but more so because you appreciate it.
I think that the singing and dancing part of life is neglected, and if you're spiritual, then you remember that the song is very important and it uplifts you, and so does the dance. So if we sing and dance our way through life, it'll be more meaningful, more pleasurable, more everything.
Yep. And laugh. Oh gosh, laughing.
Yeah.
People forget.
Thank you, Lisa.
Oh, people forget just to laugh. And before you can laugh, I would think you have to have a smile. And before you have a smile, you have to have happy. So be happy so you can laugh. I know I giggle a lot, but yeah, it feels. Don't they have like groups like that? All those I've seen them on TV a long time ago. They would have these coaches that would go into these big high-rise buildings in the big cities, say like New York, and they would actually hire these people to go in at the beginning of work and make the people laugh so that they would have a good day at work. That is so stupid. I mean, not stupid to not the concept of it, but like it's sad. Why do you have? No one needs to make me laugh. I make myself laugh, because so. Yeah.
You're right about that. There's not enough laughing. There's not enough hugging. I mean, the one thing I worked out a long time ago, not saying that, like over the top here, but talking, kissing, all these things, they're just hugging. They're all free. Mm-hmm. They cost you nothing, but they cost you everything in life. The things that are free, they are all the most important things. Money can't buy you these things. And the power of a hug. I mean, I had my own social club, and we used to have a group hug. And I realized that, a lot of these people, it might be, we used to have open evenings once a fortnight and have these group hugs. We were out in a pub. But this might be the only time these people had contact with other people. Actual contact. And everybody should appreciate a hug. And we don't use the nicer words properly, like love. I mean, you're just laughed at, aren't you, really? These words, some of these things, they're so important. Communication. Anne in the chat room, big hugs to you. Sorry, she's putting hugs because she's obviously heard what I said. They don't cost you any money whatsoever, but they cost you everything in life.
Yeah. What were you talking about? You have it's what do you call it? A social group?
Yeah, I had here where I live, I had a social group. So basically, it was more a networking one. So we used to go bowling and have a meal. Have darts with a buffet. The open evenings were going out for a buffet in a pub or pub view really. And then go cinema night, theatre night with meals. Then sometimes we'd have theme nights, Spanish night, whatever it was. different themes on food. Sometimes we go for a walk. I've had a barbecue at my house. And it was keeping or making a group of people friends. I mean, my
Oh, that
life's
sounds
changed now, and I
lovely.
don't do it back. But those people who met each other are still friends. And some of my friends who came along to some of the open evenings are now friends with these other people. It's great. They go to bands together, to gigs together.
Oh,
And
neat.
yeah, it's all
My
very
neighbor. Oh, go ahead.
tough. That's it.
No, I think that's wonderful. My neighbor that used to live across the street from me. Well, before I moved, um, she would have book club, and she would always tell me, oh, I have a book club tonight, da da da, and I just really, I thought it was book club, and I never really questioned her exactly what it was, and then one day she was over, and I said, well, what book are y'all reading? She said, girl, we don't even read any books. She said, we just call it book club. She said they might have started out long ago reading a book, but then it turned more into like what you just said, place for the ladies to get together, someone's house, they would host it, and it was just kind of like a support thing, and they would go do things, have outings. I was like, oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah, my group called Meeting Place.
My
sorry?
mother had a group like that. They called it Stitch and Bitch. They used to when they first when they
Stitch and
first
bitch.
started.
I love it.
Yeah, they'd bring their sewing and sit around and visit. And then as the years went by, they forgot about the sewing and they just got together to visit.
That's neat. That is very neat. Excuse me. Yeah.
That's a shame we couldn't all meet up for coffee once a week or something.
Oh gosh, you know what?
They're all day
that
talking.
would be heaven. Yep. That would just be so heavenly to me. Like if I could, I want to meet you guys. If we were all together on occasion, I really do believe like we probably could do a lot more good, a lot faster. I think. Because then we could invite someone and then invite someone, and just like what you had said, then that person could invite someone. Yeah. You. Sorry, can you hear all this wind in the background? I apologize.
No, that's okay. Yeah,
Is it noisy?
That's the most frustrating thing. But we are left to these, and we are on a panel talking, so that's the best. Right. But
yes, I'm grateful. Yes, I'm grateful for this. Yes.
And it is a bit annoying, really, isn't it? Because we kind of hate it all, but it's the only way we can get to talk to each other as well.
I'm sorry. Say that again. You have to what?
We hate like the YouTube technology, whatever it is, all that, like that side of it. We understand that side of it, but in the other sense, it's the only way and the only how we can talk to each other. There isn't another way, really.
Right. Exactly. Yes. I mean, I am thankful for the technology for sure.
I mean, you're all women. There's not enough communication going on, is there?
Nope. I don't think so. Not at all. Mm-mm.
Just asking you as well then, how many people around you can you talk to, Lesia? I'll ask everyone, although I know Yudit. But how many flat earthers or women or that kind of thing can you talk to around you?
Any topic whatsoever other than flat earth. I have my older sisters I could turn to at any, for anything. I have my daughter, whom is my best friend. And I also have two close friends, female friends. And I mean, I could talk to my mother too. My mother's still alive. So I have people, but as far as people that I can just say anything at all to and not feel weird and out of place, it's you guys. Kid you not.
Well, my family, I have one daughter that's close, and her family, and my husband, he's over the road, so he's home about a third of the time. And I can now talk to him about flat Earth, but for the first 2.5 years, it was taboo. And he finally looked at a few videos and saw the flaws in NASA and the astronauts and their demeanor and how it just didn't add up. And he's looking into a lot more about just really NASA is what's bugging him right now. And he doesn't think I'm crazy anymore. So that's good.
Oh, that is great. That is great.
Yeah, I'm really happy
good.
for you, Tine. Really happy to hear that. Because a lot of people, it just doesn't work because couples get together, I suppose, and then one of them gets into flat Earth, and then it just doesn't work after that. You can't go back. You just can't.
Nope. Nope. I don't see myself ever being able to go back ever. But I'm okay with that. You know, if I don't meet someone that's cool. I mean, who knows? I may meet someone that's not a flat earther, and they be accepting. I mean, because I know how I am. I would accept someone regardless. But I do know that it does take up quite a bit of my time. It would be better if I, you know, if I had if I did have a significant other, it would be better if they were a flat earther, because then they would understand what the importance of the time. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I wouldn't be online as much, possibly, because we would be doing our own thing, you know, our flat earth stuff or whatever. So, yeah. But I won't stop being a flat earther because of a relationship. I'm not.
Tine, you said you can talk to your husband and one of your daughters, I think, but is there anyone else?
Nope. No, and the daughter isn't on board with flat Earth either. They just don't. I don't bring it up because when I did, it got put down, so I just don't bring it up anymore. I figure it's better just to leave it to their own timing and their own discovery.
Okay, thank you for that, ladies. Patricia, what about you? I know what you're going to say, but to the chat room and to the panel, what about you?
Well, I know a couple of people where I live that are flat earthers. As for my family, I'm quite lucky because they don't judge me. They just know that I'm crazy anyway. So it just goes along with part of that. So, but, and other than that, the Sun and Moon group, this channel, you know, just getting to know other people, talking to other women, you know, that's about it, really.
Thanks for that, darling. My dogs are like, because one of them's been taken away, so that means separation issues down there. One of them's being bathed right now. Oh.
I just got a date. Karen. I put it out there in chat. I put date night, anyone? And the Astral Thief said yes.
There you go.
Oh, okay, Luke just said hi. Yeah, Luke's married. Yeah. and you know, there again, I joke. I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't go. I would go out on a date with the Astral Thief. I don't really know who they are, but see, I love to play. I like to cut up.
Astral's lovely. Astral's lovely. He's also a big part of Sun and Moon now. You know, he comes on a lot of the chats or the back chats. So yeah, he's part of that.
There's someone else too, Boreas Aquilin.
Oh, I'm going to put my name in there. I'm going to put Dave.
Yeah, do it. All you single ladies. All the single ladies. Alex said, "This is not a dating channel. Keep it flat." Come on, Alec. That's funny.
A joke there, Alec, but hey.
Yes. Oh, that's funny. So funny.
What about
you?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yudit, come back. got to wait for. She's probably across the room in her house doing something. She's got to run back to the computer and turn her microphone on. Yudit, where's she gone? She's not around. Yudit. Yudit's also maybe.
You spend a lot of time. Yudit. I love it.
Yeah, she's probably just there, but she's just doing something. She's got to then come back and unmute herself.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
She might have decided to go in the garden and take a picture of the moon, see? So she might just be out of... So, all right, ask another question then, because Yudit's just not there at the moment. What is your... I'll ask each one of you. What's your hope for the future then with this flat Earth? I know we said the thing that annoyed you the most, and of course there's NASA, that would be NASA is closed or shown up for who they are, and that all the governments put all this money and belief into these lying people, and then that shows the government's up. That's what I'd like.
I'll go first. I hope that we will start using our free energy capabilities that we have and get rid of the money system and do more of a barter and trade with our neighbors, and just have less government and more love.
Oh, I like that. And the children. Patricia, what about you?
Pretty much what Tine said. Just that, you know, that we go back to a community-based life, you know, where you could leave your doors open, you just, you know, there was no distrust from your neighbours, you know, and that people just learn. It doesn't matter what our differences are, that we just learn to love one another, to accept we've got differences, and that's what makes us interesting. But not to hate them, not to be judgmental, not to have such an ego that, you know, we think we're better than anyone else. We're not. We're all the same. Other people put other people into power and things like that, and it's not, they're no better or no worse than us. We're just made to feel that way. And so that's basically it. Just that we learn to get along with each other and not to talk about people behind the back, because that's horrible. Because you're destroying that person to that other person that you're talking to. Anyway, that's me now.
Yeah, sometimes I think that people say that they're flat earthers and they're not. They still live everything, like their whole outlook, attitude, ego, as if they're globe people. And I always thought that being a flat earther meant that even if, well, I always thought this thing with me has never left me since I was a child. I think that, I bet you when, you know, if I ask you this, you'll say, yep, it was there as I was a child. And then if you believe in that spiritual, it's always in your head and higher, and you just connecting with people that are the same. And then when you've got this, I'm sorry, I just don't feel like, how can I put it, we know what's right and wrong. We don't need to be told. It's all in us. And I just wish more people were there rather than this dog eat dog life still a lot of people have. I'm sorry. It's there. What about you, Lisa?
Well, what exactly was the question? I mean, I heard you, but it was...
What is it you most would like to happen in the future with flat Earth, or just the future, like moving on?
Oh, if I had to put it into one thing, I just wish that people would get honest about who, you know, and not only get honest, but feel comfortable being who they are.
Being real.
Yes, being who they are, and it be okay. In other words, I mean, it is okay, but in other words, nobody should, I feel like nobody should ever feel that they are insignificant or unimportant or that they don't matter or that they don't have a voice. Because when you feel that way, then people isolate and they go inward, and all kind of diseases crop in, and health gets unhealthy. And yeah, I just, if anything, I would just like to see more honesty, more openness, and willingness from the other people. And I say, whoever your circles are, to just really listen to what it is, even if they don't agree. All right. But it'd be okay to disagree, and you still, you can still stay in those same circles with those same people. Yeah.
Is if you know who you are and you are happy with who you are, you can listen to other people. And I think one of the big things that's missing is empathy.
Yep. You and I both, we're empathetic. I know that.
Yeah,
I'm a very big
sorry,
empath.
a lot of people aren't.
I know.
And and I wish people weren't quite so. I'm not saying everybody, but I just wish some people weren't so selfish.
Yep. I agree.
Gotta love yourself, as it's going up in the chat room there in words. I can't even know how to say it. Pernuts. No, pernut. Yeah, I think I've said that right. Love thyself. Sorry if I didn't say your name right.
Peanuts. Peanuts Clark? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, is that what he's called? Peanuts. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what that means. Peanuts.
Sorry about that. I won't forget that now. I was just thinking, how do I say that? Thank you.
Uh-huh. Well, a lot of these names are weird. Not weird, but I mean, yeah, they're different. Yeah.
Yes. Peanuts. Thank you, Astral.
Yes, hit that thumbs up, people of the flatness.
Unfortunately, we are taught, really, that's what this whole television and this whole thing, not to like yourself, not to trust yourself. And I mean, before 9/11, I got really into psychology, and you go to counseling because you don't believe yourself and your own feelings. That's it as a joke, because obviously if you're going to counseling, there's many reasons why, but the answer is because you don't trust yourself.
Yes.
So that's,
and you've been conditioned that way too.
Unfortunately. The only thing is I did look up in psychology without making excuses for my parents and the way that they believe. But when a country has wars, it changes things. And it takes a few generations for the people, the children, and etc., the generations on to change. So if you imagine it, my mum was a child in the Second World War here. So I'm like first generation from that war. So unfortunately, when you keep having wars in country, it just annihilates everything. And then it's for each country to recover. And so that's another factor in here. That's another reason maybe why people we don't care anymore, do we? I suppose the news goes on, you might say, well, that's if it's true, of course. Death. Then you go to work. No one ever batters an eyelid anymore. We just don't seem to care enough anymore. As a whole, I mean, people, not maybe us, but out there. Deadly silence on the panel. You can say something, girls.
Oh. Say something. Why are we whispering?
I'd like to ask Yudit a question. Is her country war-torn, like we see it portrayed in the news? Does she hear gunfire and all that all the time?
I don't know if she's going to answer, but we talk to Yudit all the time. I never feel that Yudit's sitting in crossfire. No. No.
So
But
you
then
think
I
a
don't-
lot of these wars that we get shown are fabricated?
Yeah.
Fabricated? Yeah.
Yeah. I do. I mean, I don't really want to get too political here, and everybody can say, "Oh, it wasn't like that." But I just remember watching some videos from people who are in Syria. Go away, leave us alone. We're happy. It's not going on like you say. Leave us alone. We're happy with our leader. I saw a few videos of the people saying this, and they were pretty angry because obviously we're starting to invade them. And then I think what they do is they usually tell us that the country's becoming unstable and that people are starting to go missing in the country. And then, oh, this has happened. And they bring it in, and I just don't think any of it's real. And then they can go in and, invade it. But it's all part of another plan. They
To create fear.
Yeah, not just that. There aren't many free countries anymore, free from the banking system. And there's only maybe one country left now. It's terrible, isn't it? And the ones that were free have been sort of annihilated. And then we've been turned against those people. I mean, I don't really want to go on too much about this because it doesn't sound very nice, but just before one of these supposedly bombs in England, I think it was in Birmingham, 2 weeks before, they'd done a drill. So this guy comes in, he's a Muslim, he goes, Allah, 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 and a sort of fake bomb goes off. And you think, they're doing rehearsals now? Just, it's got to be a Muslim person, making people think that they are the terrorists. We aren't the terrorists. The people are not the terrorists. It's really sad what they've done to the people. But then maybe that's what we're here for. We're here to help and change that vibration somehow. It doesn't, we're only at the beginning of the change, aren't we? But maybe we're the start of the change. And I just think it's horrible how, our parents have got this, what is it? They were taught, oh, these people are bad and those people are bad. And they grow up believing it and don't realize they're part of this whole thing of lying, and it just makes everybody further away, doesn't it? But I don't know about you. I don't really want to go out there that much anymore. I go out there, I go to work, I go shopping, go and see my kids and granddaughters. But I don't really want to be a part of out there anymore. I've become quite reclusive because I want to be with my flat earth family. Are you the same?
I can relate with that. I mean, it's not that I don't want to go out there, but it's like, well, part of it too is me just kind of being still trying to, get my bearing straight as a single adult female. But yeah, it's scary out there. It is. It's scary.
Yeah, because out there you've got to be. I mean, I know we're all really bad because I bet you some of you are doing your off your mobile phone for the hangout tonight or something. Maybe you're not, but a lot of people do. So in fact, we sort of need or use this technology. But I mean, I think that's what they've done. I worked out. I wondered the other day. I think we were talking about it with Thrive. Maybe what they did is they made sure we had mobile phones, made sure we had our heads down, or made sure there was all these games on inside. So they were indirectly trying to keep us inside so they could spray the chemtrails outside, which has got metals and things in it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And they keep us looking down on these phones when we need to sort of be looking out. Or, I mean, we had a talk last night that this place down the road, well, it's 20, 30 miles away, but sort of down the road, is a pyramid, and no one's talking about it. So I think we've got a little bit further to go here, guys, but it's starting. It's got to be. Too many people are waking up now. And they don't realise that they need the people. Without the people, they have nothing. But Tine's right. And we had James on, who lives in New Zealand, and he just says there's a program to make money out of fear. That's the whole point. They make money out of our fear.
Yes.
So that's not very good.
Yeah, that was interesting when he was on. Very interesting. About the anxiety.
Yeah, so it's another reason why they make nearly everything is a reality show, but everybody's arguing and fighting. And then you've got, things like we have Jeremy Kyle, which is, when he comes on and they're just about to get divorced because he's had an affair. There's never any nice ones. Like people, I don't think general people out there like nice. They like the drama. Personally.
Yeah. That is crazy too. I mean, maybe that is part of why we're here. I mean, I don't like the drama. I never have. And I say why we're here, like us, being like-minded, and I don't know.
I mean, most people don't realise they get into arguments because they don't understand each other. Usually, unless it keeps going on and it keeps reoccurring and it keeps seeing the pattern and they keep doing it there and they keep doing it there. Things of miscommunication. It's just because we don't understand each other. I mean, we don't know everything, do we? We're all still learning every day. I mean, even on this panel, Yudit, me and Patricia sometimes, whoa. You think you've learned quite a lot and you realise, after all, you actually knew nothing.
We should be learning, I mean, I want to learn till the day I die. I really do. There's just, I'm fascinated with things.
If you're not learning all the time, then you're dead, basically, inside.
Yeah.
Because you die off if you're not learning.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I don't know if I've told you this before or you guys, but like my mother, okay, on the 1st of February, she's going to be 95. Well, when Facebook first came out, I didn't get on it. My daughter was on it and whatnot. Well, then my sisters got on it. My mother got on Facebook and was better at Facebook before I ever did. And like I would call my mother and ask her, how do you do this? How do you do that? Like, and I'm so proud of her because she keeps her mind busy and active, and she still tries to cook new recipes, and I think that's part of why she is so still living and thriving. She lives by herself. It's just crazy. It's crazy.
I think the other thing they're doing is they really are trying to, one way or another, break up the family unit. I mean, jobs now, people don't live. I don't live anywhere near my mother. Quite often, families are split because of work. Then there's not the what do you call it? There's not aunties, uncles. There's not help. The family, the whole thing. It's just, and as you know, a lot of people are quite ugly out there.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
Yeah,
yep,
unfortunately. But I don't mean to sound like a bit depressing here, but I feel like we're in some kind of communism, to be honest, because there's so much subversion and lies going on. And when they tell you on the television you're free, but in reality you're not, and you're so programmed and conditioned. It's just.
But you are free because you know better. So that's the good thing. Yeah,
we know that, but a lot of out there.
Yes. Right. It makes me wonder too, like how much of it, comes with just, with just being older, being wiser because you've had, and by older, I'm talking about like, because you've had more life experiences, I wonder that at times, like, is this why I feel this way? Because of this experience or that experience. And some of this stuff you can't really have an opinion about some things unless you've maybe seen it both ways. Which I think that's why it takes older and wiser people like myself. I'm just going to say that I'm older and wiser, well, I'm wiser because I'm older. Okay. Than the younger people. And it takes us to speak up. And I try with my daughter and her friends and my son. Well, my son, he doesn't really want to listen because, he's a dude, but, yeah, we have to impart what we do really know. And even if we don't think we know.
Plan, I think it's part of their plan to make sure. Because in reality, listening to people, maybe in the 50s and the 60s, I think they were much happier then. Obviously, the globe wasn't quite here yet. Not the what they now today.
Right.
But maybe I'm not saying every woman necessarily has to stay at home or even wanted to stay at home. But maybe the children were actually being brought up by their parents then, whereas today, everybody's got to put them in childcare. So the mums and the dads aren't really looking like with their children very much, so that they can live in this fake world.
Yep, you're right. And yeah, not only that, they're also teaching them, they're getting their morals taught to them too. How to act or behave. And that doesn't necessarily always align with that parent,
Thing is, my kids who are in their 20s and 30s now, they haven't noticed the difference. I had to work.
What do you mean?
Well, they haven't noticed the difference. That instead of being, I'm not saying even their wives necessarily want to be at home all the time, but they have to go to work now to pay the bills, the husband and the wife. Out 7:30 in the morning, back at 6 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm. But what were you saying? They haven't noticed the difference of what?
They haven't noticed that we've been shifted.
Oh, okay. I got you.
It's now, that's the way it is.
Yep.
Maybe it's called being modern. I don't know, but we all want to go back and have some of these sort of more older values and things. Now we appreciate what they mean.
Right. I don't know what they call the next. What are they calling the, like not the Generation X, but there's a new generation now. Not the Generation X, but something, not the millennials, or maybe it is the Gen X. Because I'm the tail end of the baby boomers, okay? And they have this new, whatever the new generation is, okay? I have read a little bit of, I think there's hope, in other words. They are trying to get back to, oh, I fell out again. Am I out?
No,
Shoot.
You're there.
Oh, okay. Okay, because I just looked down at my tablet and it said Hangouts has stopped. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so, no, what I was saying was I think there may be hope because they are trying to get, back to, eating dinner together and, more family values and more family time. They try to eat better and feed their children better. This is just what I've read. Okay.
I'm a culprit of that. Me and my daughter don't eat around the table. We eat on the sofa or, well, the other day we had pizza at about 5 o'clock in the morning because she came back from being out. We ate in bed that day.
I eat in bed all the time. I love it. I don't care.
I like breakfast in bed, to be honest, at the weekend. I like having that there and snuggled up in bed. Recovering from being up late or only having about 3 hours sleep. But
I wake up sometimes with chocolate on my blouse and I'll be like, oh, Lisa, you were eating a candy bar.
Yes, I know what you mean. Oh,
sleeping. Yep. That's a good thing about being single, okay? Oh, yeah, did I lose you? Oh, man, what happened?
Tine, just asking you, are you close to all your family or have they moved away? Or
I'm sorry?
Yeah, 2 of my children have moved away. One daughter has stayed in the area. And yeah, I was just with her yesterday, and she was talking about eating at the table with her family. And she said, you know, I realized that we were just using the table for like holidays and special occasions. And I've been trying to keep my table cleared off so we can have meals at it more. So that was good to hear.
Yeah, because I think when you're sitting around a table, it's unless everybody doesn't want to talk to each other, it should initiate a conversation of some kind, shouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah. And I was brought up that way too. We tried to have family meals as often as possible.
Oh, we have lost Lesia now. Hopefully she'll be back on for a bit. Where's she gone? Come back. That's really strange. I find it really strange in America that the internet isn't very good there at all. I thought it was bad enough here. But I'm changing my surfer, so hopefully I get a much better internet connection. Oh, yes, please. But I think that what it is it's not even with this whole thing of the globe life. It's that they're attacking nearly or every single level. It's every level, isn't it? Of everything is being attacked.
Oh yeah, anything they can do to take us away from what's really going on. They're going to try to fool us and miseducate and misguide. And but I think that I don't know if it matters as much your age as willingness to see. And some young people in Flat Earth too, and that's encouraging.
Yeah, it was quite nice having this John Cowrie on last night. I mean, he's 75. We don't get, or seemingly, I don't know the age of everybody in the chat room, but a seemingly age, it's sort of Flat Earth seemingly stops at about the age of 50, 60. And then I'm not sure if even Ellie's my daughter's age. She's 18. I don't think that her age either are really into this either. And so it's a mixture of 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s that are into this. See, I don't understand how they've lost it because, you know, their grandparents and their parents knew we were on a flat plane. But I suppose it's the last 60 years, isn't it, that they've turned us into this lying ball. I mean, you have to think about it. How could we be spinning like they say, for goodness sake? Oh, golly. I don't know about you. I can't. I've got... Carry on. She's back. Lisa's back.
Remember my
Yes.
Sorry?
I don't think my grandparents talked about Flat Earth, but my grandmother never liked television. Liked it. She hated it being on in her house.
Then she was a good woman. But mind you, we all had kids. They all like watching television. The thing is that me and Artist were going through some children's programs the other day. We were going, well, this is the one I used to watch when I was little. And then he showed me some of the programs that he watched. And it seemed that a lot of them were outside. Even if they were cartoon, they were outside. And today it's not like that, really, is it? There's not many programs of children where they're actually outside, not understanding flowers or nature or things like this.
And they all show the globe at the start and at the finish.
Yes, just to drum it into our children.
I'm back, but I had to change devices. It just kept kicking me off. And you have a question, Karen?
Oh no, we were just talking, but you just dropped off. I'm glad you're back.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was saying that the internet in America is not that good, is it?
It obviously not for what I'm trying to do, no. But I am on a, like I said, I am on a excuse me, I am on a tablet. It's not like a what do you call those? It's not like a good tablet. I mean, I don't know, it's good enough, I suppose, but yeah, probably not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying was you had a question in the chat.
I was talking to someone the other day and they were saying, well, such and such is moving there, and that's 7 hours over there, and I'm such and such over there, that's 5 hours that way, or it was 12 hours. It's like hours of well, it takes about 4 hours to get to Scotland, 4.5, 5 hours, and it's sort of, we're in a much smaller place, so maybe our internet works better here for that reason, because we're much smaller.
Oh, yes, possibly. Yeah, very possibly. Are we still live?
We are still live.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We are still live.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, my tablet was saying. Go ahead.
No, we're fine. We're fine. We're live. But I mean, in a sense, guys or girls, it's gone really quickly. We have actually been broadcasting for nearly 3 hours. I don't know if you want to go on a little bit longer.
I tell you what, now, well, I don't think I can, to be honest with you, because both of my devices, maybe, I don't know what it is. This is just crazy.
Well, we've been going for nearly 3 hours. Maybe
okay.
I'd like to say something on ending this hangout, about, I don't know, the ending and the summing up of things.
Okay. Who's going to go first?
You go first in case we lose you or something.
Yeah, okay. Oh, hold on. Something just popped in my ear. Hold on 1 second, okay? Hold on.
We heard that.
You heard that popping?
Yeah, a little bit. It's probably a bit of static or something.
Yeah, it was in my ear. Yeah, I was like, what is this? Yeah, I've never had this much trouble, ever. Alrighty. Normally I would get on camera, but I'm just not, because I'm scared I'm going to drop off. So just to say goodbye to everyone, so that they could see my lovely face and that I am a real girl.
I've seen you before.
Oh, I know.
I know you're a real girl.
Yes, I'm a real ghoul. Let's see. Well, first of all, in closing, I do believe that we as female flat earthers should definitely be doing this sort of stuff, because at times I do believe that a female perspective on things is necessary. My dog just went okay, so
is she female or male, the dog?
She's a female.
There you go then, she's agreeing with you.
Yes, yeah, I don't know if you heard her or not. Yeah, yep, that's my girl. Her name is Zena. But anyhow, I'm just very grateful that I have met you people, and I say this in the sense of, I know I haven't met you guys personally, but I do feel like I know you all, and it is just so very nice to have this platform to be able to come together and talk about things, not just flat Earth, but all of the serious things like what we've talked about, and because they are concerns and they are very they're grave, very important matters. And I believe that through discussion, then action will come. Maybe we just don't exactly know what that action is, but I'll be here. I'll be here till the end. I
have to say, the chat room are going, we want more ladies' nights.
Oh, really? Oh, see, because I can't read it. Oh, that's awesome then. Yeah, we should do that. Yes, absolutely. Okay.
Yeah, we'll have another one. And now you've met Tine and
yes.
Yeah, so and I don't know where Marlena went. She was going to come on, but I don't know. Sometimes you get lost in time because of the time difference.
Right. And the first lady too. What was her name? The one that I didn't.
Oh, Maria.
Maria. Yeah. I hate that.
That's really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
That she came on and couldn't really talk and.
Right.
Yeah.
But
we all saw her for about 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you for those words. And and hopefully, in time, when these hangouts or videos show themselves, that people will see that there are quite a few of us who are into this, I suppose, movement, as Jay would say.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yes. And
Patricia? Oh, sorry,
go
carry
ahead.
on.
No, I just want to say much
There's
love.
always a little bit of time difference, and I think you finished, and then, oh, carry on.
That's me too. No, I was just going to say much love to all of you guys and to everyone in the chat. They, everybody knows how I feel. I love you all. Okay.
Oh, that's very sweet. Well, we love you too.
Thank you.
Patricia?
Yeah, I'm here.
Closing moments?
Well, I think it's been a fantastic night, and it's nice for women to get together. We don't want to exclude men, but sometimes we have to push and go, right, we're having our little time away, just women. And that's nice. I love that side of it. Some of the things that have been said really give me food for thought, and I know it's about a bit of a chill out, but there is still a lot of work that we need to do. And I just want to say that I love everyone. I haven't met anyone personally yet, but that will happen. But just to say big hugs, love everybody else. Everybody loves. Love is what brings us together. And that's it.
Yeah,
big hugs, everyone.
I love you, Patricia. Patricia knows I love her.
I do.
I do too. You. Thanks for that, Patricia. She's finished now. She's muted again. Tine.
Okay. First of all, I'm really glad everyone enjoyed the show. I sure did. And it was great being here. Thank you for the invite. It was good to talk to Lisa and Patricia and you and Yudit while she was here. And yeah, we have a lot of work to do, but there is hope, and more people are seeing that the world isn't what it should be, and we can make it the world it should be. So just got to keep plugging along, and we'll get there.
Aww.
And I love you all too, and thank everyone in chat for coming and seeing us. And I'll be back to your channel, Karen, because I love Sun and Moon.
You better come back. That's good though. I'm glad that you do, and we love having you there. And thank you so much for all your support as a wrench, and thank you all the wrenches who look after the chat room, by the way, because there was a few silly comments. I don't understand why they come here if they're not into flat earth, because we're not debating it. We're not in debate. We're here because we are flat earthers. And love to you, Tine. And this is the first proper long conversation I've had with you, isn't it?
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah, well, you better come back on then, you ladies. Just to say, Yudit, one more time, Yudit, are you there? Flat Earth calling Yudit. Just to explain that Yudit comes on a lot of our hangouts, and she might be up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go and catch the sun rising and stuff like that. Doesn't actually sleep that much. So I think what happens is she might be just sitting there and she might have gone to sleep. But as I always say, Yudit will watch this all over again in the morning, so she won't miss a thing. But that's the joys of different time zones, isn't it? We're all in different time zones, and it's a bit like that. And you Americans, you do really well with the time on the hangouts. We have to stay up till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
So we could talk to you.
So is it midnight there or past midnight?
It's just gone past midnight.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You need to go to bed.
Oh, I won't be going to bed for a few hours yet. This is early, but yeah. But anyway, thank you on behalf of Yudit, and Yudit loves you all too if you ever hear her talk. Again, thank you everybody in the chat room, all the wrenches, all the people that are going to watch this video. Thank you so much for Maria, who accidentally couldn't stay on because of her internet. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Tine, and thank you, Yudit. So
Thank you,
it's
Karen.
a big flat earth. Oh, thank
Yes.
you. It's a big flat earth hug from us. So shall we say goodbye to everybody then?
Yes. Mwah.
Yes. Good night.
Good night.
Ah.
I blew kisses.
Good night, everyone. Take care.
Good night from me and Yudit, and thank you very much. Mwah, to the chat room.
There you go.
Do another ladies' night again.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Big hugs to everybody.
Yes.
See you tomorrow. Oh,
Bye-bye.
today it's today for me, but tomorrow. Bye, darlings.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.